on, guys? Hope everyone had an amazing Tuesday. We're back. We're going to be making molds tonight. People watching on YouTube later, if you're watching this in the future, be sure to jump over to Twitch and watch the live streams. Otherwise, just hit the like and subscribe. Trying to build out my YouTube as much as possible in hopes that someday maybe I can exclusively stream on YouTube. That'd be pretty awesome. Like I said, we're going to be making molds tonight. I did pretty much finish up the sculpting of the other leg for the Armsy, so we can check that out. Oh, and because I'm bored, we're going to be listening to an interrogation this evening. So you guys can hear that in the background, probably. So just a heads up. I'm going to get that started, and then we'll go over some of the other stuff. Oh, that's with the mic I'm messing with. Sorry about that. You guys aren't hearing it yet. Sorry.
Of a Chase Bank employee who murdered a woman and her son to cover up the fact that he and his wife had scammed a customer out of $50,000.
Yeah, I'll restart
on July 18th.
Just in case.
So, again, I went over there.
So, real quick. Camera 3. Here we go. So, oh, and I ordered another camera so that I can do 3 cameras of better quality because I'm not a fan of this GoPro. So, there's that. So, here you guys go. The Armsy, pretty much in all of his glory, I guess, with all of his legs and limbs attached. Pretty happy with him. But we're going to start molding him. Actually, here's what I'll do. Cam 2. Yeah, he came out pretty cool. So we're going to be taking off each of the limbs and starting to make 2-part molds for him. So I'm pretty geeked about that. Anything that's not skin texture, I'm happy to not be working on skin texture anymore. So all right, let's get back to the, what is this? Murdering to cover your wife's crimes.
We were arguing, and I was like, we're in this problem with money now.
Okay, see, there's where I get lost again. Remember, you said you didn't know what she talked to him about, but she just said to you. So you know then that she didn't talk to him about doing anything else. You're nodding your head, yes.
I don't know.
This video contains the interrogation of a Chase Bank employee who murdered a woman and her son to cover up the fact that he and his wife had scammed a customer out of $50,000. On July 18th, 2018, Cynthia Stack, 52, and her son, 22-year-old Sean Stack, were found shot to death in their apartment. Cynthia had recently demanded an investigation into her father's bank. The elderly man, who suffered from a traumatic brain injury, was missing $50,000 from his account. Amelia Bassoon, an employee who usually did business with the man, became a suspect. With police closing in, Bassoon's husband, Joshua Ramswamy, took matters into his own hands and bought a gun. His wife claims he told her he had business to take care of.
People are stupid, man. Not that I would ever be a murderer, but I feel like if I was, I'd be a lot smarter for sure.
They call me Cheddar Bob all the time.
Cheddar Bob.
Yeah.
What's that from?
From 8 Mile.
I guess we'll start with the smaller limbs first.
8 Mile.
Oh yeah, because he did shoot himself. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's very
Yeah. There we go. Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah. We're watching on camera, so if you need something, we'll know.
That's cool.
Hey, buddy, you gonna go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take care of that. Just real quick, you're not gonna be able to wash.
So these are all plastic, so
I'm gonna have to stand in there with you.
That's cool.
Just let you know. I mean,
we should be able to get a really nice seam on it, but I'm thinking we still will follow the existing seam.
Hey, how you doing?
Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Cold?
It is cold in
Well,
there.
that water's a little warm, so that might warm you up a little
Oh,
bit.
jeez. Yeah, it's
Okay,
cold.
so
Doing all right, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, they got you to the bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You wash your hands?
No.
No? I was gonna say I'll give you one of these then.
Yeah.
Detective Ferrer. This is
Yeah, they
Detective
told me not to
Marashi.
wash my hands.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Give me one of those too. Yeah. All right.
So Josh had a pretty harrowing thing with the Ocoee Police Department a couple weeks ago.
No, that was
man, cops are always so fucking nice.
Tuesday, I think, last week.
Yeah, we actually
Even
were
when they're
sitting
trying
here,
to
we heard
screw
that
you
they
over.
sent out signal 43, which goes everywhere.
Yeah.
I guess the kid tried to run the cop over.
Yeah. As soon as I dropped my son to school, I turned the corner and I heard 3 shots, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And he tried to hit my car, and I was like, "All right." I followed him around the corner, and then
Good
I
for
guess
you.
but it was a good thing because my neighbor, his name was Travis. He worked for a Ocoee Police Department, so
Yeah.
those guys got there pretty quick.
Good, yeah. That was weird. Anyway.
All right, Josh. Well, we can explain to you what's going on. Obviously, I'm sure you want to know. Get a couple things we need to go over first before we do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the recorder on, just so we don't miss anything.
Gotcha.
Don't put any words in your mouth. I always tell
That's
people.
fine. Yeah.
People get scared. I'm like, you know what? I can't
Yeah.
put
Well,
words
this
in your
morning
mouth.
I was like, "What the heck's going on?" Because my wife was like, "Listen, there's a car outside the house." My mother-in-law was like, "There's a car outside the house." I'm like, "All right," because then she worked for Chase too, so I guess her branch manager and somebody else got followed the other night after they left work.
Mhm.
So we're all like skeptical, like what's going on? We don't know, because we don't live that far from her where she works. So
Okay.
I was like, everything going on. I was like, nah, this is not right.
Right.
Well, let me turn this on. We'll go from there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is Detective Brian Ferrer of the Orlando Police Department. Today's date is Tuesday, July 26, 2018. The time is now approximately 1500 hours. This is an interview taking place at Orlando Police Headquarters in CID interview room number 4. Also present is Detective Michael Mareshi with the Orlando Police Department and a Joshua. Just for the record, if you could just say your name.
Ramsey.
Full name and date of
Joshua
birth, please.
Ramsey, April 8th, 1990.
Thank you. Okay, Josh. Can I call you Josh?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Can you raise your hand for me, please?
Detective Ferrara puts Ramswamy at ease by using a friendly approach. He ensures that Ramswamy's needs have been met, and he gives the impression that Ramswamy isn't in any serious trouble.
Lies. It's all lies.
I just put out a new video showing a desperate escape attempt by a criminal who had successfully concealed a weapon, which he then uses to shoot the officers who arrested him. Join my Patreon page now to get
Should
access
give
to
her
that video and
Stranger
many more
Stories.
cases
That's the
that are
YouTube
too
channel,
graphic
guys.
and
It's pretty cool.
controversial to be posted here.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give in this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Josh. Just let me get a little bit of background information on you real quick. Do you live on Enka?
Yeah, I'm actually.
guys,
I was
by the way,
supposed to go
Steve's still
tomorrow to
here.
change
He
my
just has been
license.
Okay.
I
MIA
renew my
recently.
my handicap tag in my car.
I guess they got you in a blue Altima today when they make
Yeah,
contact with
with the whole thing going on with my wife, we're trying to switch cars up now. Like my mother-in-law is going to be using her car sometimes. Sometimes my wife will be using my mother-in-law's car. So yeah, because before my father-in-law used to use my car.
you? Okay. What kind of car do you normally drive?
Red 2000.
You know, with videos like
Fergie
this out,
2015 Nissan Altima.
and like just the interest in like
Are you married?
Yes.
true crime and shit like
yeah,
that, it really
yeah.
surprises me
We actually
that
just got
people
licensed.
still talk to police officers without attorneys. That doesn't make.
Any kids?
Why would you do that?
She has a kid. One kid.
Okay, so it's not yours though.
Yeah, not my kid. I claim him as
Even
I've known him
particularly
for
if you're guilty.
a year and a half. Or a year and 3 months to be exact.
All right. Let's do this. Listen, I'm gonna go over these with you. Okay.
Okay.
You understand? What I explain to people is this. There's always two sides to every story.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Ray,
we
what
have
are you
one side of
doing?
a story, and that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
All right. And really, it's for your protection for us to talk to you. I want to make sure you understand them. Okay. If you have any
Come on.
questions about anything that I read you, I'm gonna need a verbal yes or no. Okay.
Okay.
And if you have any questions about them, you let me know,
Gotcha.
and we'll go from
Yeah,
there.
my
Okay.
video looks fine.
All
over
right.
here,
So you have the right
what's
to remain
going on
silent. Do you
with,
understand?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one will be provided for you before question without charge. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
Okay. All right. All right. So you work
Big
at Chase.
mistake.
Yes.
How long have you worked at Chase?
May 7th was when I started. Yeah, May 7th. My
Okay.
wife's birthday, actually. It was my first day there.
So it's kind of a new job.
Yeah. I actually, long story short,
Okay.
I injured myself in December. I actually was putting my firearm away in the car, and I decided to land on a Zephyr Hills water ball cap and go off my leg. So I was doing, when I moved back from New York last year,
Right.
I was doing a forklift mechanic with my cousins.
Okay.
Then after that, everything just stopped. I was home doing therapy, and then she was like, start working again. I'm like, all right. And then she sent me the rest to work for Chase.
You like working for Chase?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
One of the best jobs I've ever had.
What do you do at Chase?
Card collections, credit card
Oh
collections.
boy.
Yeah. So
You get hung up on a lot.
yes and no, but with our company, we have a lot of I'd say options instead of going to I guess a collections agency or debt consolidation. So Chase in itself has different avenues, I'd say, to go ahead and help people in debt.
Best advertisement for Chase Bank ever.
Any military service?
I was in boot camp for a little bit, and then I actually got out for medical. So
And you grew up in New York? Did I hear you say
I was
that?
born in Queens. From Queens, we moved to New Hampshire. From New
What
Hampshire
up,
here.
Sticks? How's it going?
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a change.
Oh yeah, I loved it there though. The weather was I liked the land, the weather, but then after 9/11, the whole racial thing with my parents,
Yeah.
we moved down to Florida, and then I went up to New York for a year.
I think
a year.
Twitch is just lying to
came
me.
back
It says my
down.
bit rate's in the tank, but
It was
OBS says
It was
everything's
last year.
fine. So I don't know what's going on.
Where your parents from, if you don't mind me asking?
Parents are from Guyana.
Guyana?
Yeah.
So they kept on getting kind of
Yeah, it
confused
was.
for,
Yeah,
You
they
working
were,
right now?
My mom used to work, and my mom works in the banking environment too, and my dad he used to work for a printing company, and I guess it was just the whole racism thing. Everybody's like, you're brown, so you're a terrorist over there.
yeah, that's not cool. Okay. I don't know. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to throw this out to you. Why do
I'm
you
a
think
little
you're so
quiet.
good right now?
That's my bad.
Detective Ferrara leads with a few soft questions.
How
which
about this?
Ramaswamy
Is,
readily
is this
answers.
better?
The interrogation takes.
You hear
a
others
serious
talking.
break
Yeah, that's
when
the.
Ramaswamy is
I'm
asked
watching an
why he thinks
interrogation.
he's been brought in for
Can you
questioning.
hear it or no?
I honestly have no idea.
No idea.
No idea.
Okay. Have you? Well, let me ask you a question. What was the last bank account that you've opened?
Bank of America.
In whose name?
In my name and Julian's name.
Tell me about that.
My wife came home.
Who'd you go with?
I went by myself.
By yourself?
It's due to
Which
apparently
branch did you go to?
murdering to
Yeah,
cover
Florida.
your wife's crimes. Dun dun dun.
Do you remember when that was?
I can't honestly remember.
This month? Last
No,
month?
no, no. It was probably a couple months. I'm trying to think.
I jaywalked to cover my husband's crimes.
Before I started working for Chase,
I think it would depend on the crime.
So, make sure I understand. Your wife is Amelia.
Mhm.
Bassoon is her last name,
Bassoon,
right?
yes.
Okay.
She hasn't
And-
changed her last name yet.
Okay. And she lives with you over there on Inca.
Correct. I put my
Are
previous
you?
address
I think I asked you. Are you working right now?
Great Birch
Sticks?
Are you still associated with that address at all?
Yeah, well, that's my parents' house.
Do you still get mail there?
Yeah, I know I had my medical bills. Well, that's why I'm trying to change everything over
Sure.
now on Friday. Well, I was supposed to go tomorrow because like my medical bills from the hospital, insurance, I got to change over. I have to change over, like all my handicap stuff. So all my therapy and everything, all my bills were going there. So I was like,
That can get expensive.
oh my god, yeah.
Do you have insurance?
Yeah, I have
And
insurance.
Did it cover it all?
Yeah, for the most part, it was like I think 2,000 something out of pocket I'd have to pay. But I know that I was on my wife's insurance at the time, thank God.
But for a while you weren't working because of that.
Yeah, I wasn't working.
How
from
long were you not working?
My son is having a bit of a
December
rough day.
to May. December to May.
Oh, well, that's nice.
But
Well,
my
not that
cousins are
your
nice
son's
enough
having a
to
rough day,
work
but
with
you know
them.
that you get to spend
They
some
were
time with
paying
him.
me, for a little.
Oh, so they kept on paying you.
Yeah, they paid me for a little while.
So, the account that you opened, it was a checking account?
Yeah, I think it was a checking account.
Did you get any checks?
Yeah, I think we got some checks.
Did you get a debit card?
Yeah, I had a debit card.
Mm-hmm.
I think she has her own Chase account. I don't know if she added me to both. I think she did. And then her
Slapped,
and her
scratched,
have a
kicked,
TD
screamed at. Oh, I think it's bedtime.
TD or region.
I'm sorry to hear that. That
I
sucks.
have no idea.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, did you? Well, okay. So, all right. Let's walk through that a little bit. So you close the account. You go to Lake Mary and you close the account.
Yeah. Well, I told him one, I didn't feel comfortable keeping the money there because they were trying to pressure me into opening an account union for school because that money, I think there should be, from what I understand, money in the TD account with her and her dad to go ahead and pay for Julian's schooling next year.
What is going on?
So, and they were
Whatever.
telling me, you should invest in this and invest in that.
So they're trying to get you invested.
It is cold in here.
Jeez, it was so cold I fell asleep in here. I woke up and the lights are off, and I was like,
Man, police.
Yeah,
They're so
yeah.
jovial while they're trying to get you for murder.
And what month was it that you closed it?
that was let's see, June, I think.
Was it June?
Yeah, maybe. Let me see. The ending of May or early June, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what she was doing. She said, I guess. her manager
What's
was
up, Nico? How's it going?
no longer gonna be there. Or gonna be gone. For the
How was your haunt season, dude? I took all of October off, so I wasn't around to find out. Hopefully it was spooky.
I just know that corporate security was talking to her at the branch, and that was it. I mean, I really didn't hear back anything. I know she always goes from. Sometimes they have her going to different branches. Yeah, I know it's like Winter Park. I think there was another one like somewhere by Millennium. I think she went to back to Americana again, back to Chase at Pine Hills. But then she's restricted too because my sister works for Chase and my mom works for Chase. So.
Ramswamy mentions that several of his relatives have experience working in banks. This means that, added to his own work experience, he could very easily figure out the best way to scam his clients.
Yeah, this
Ruh-roh.
journal guy, does Amelia know any of his other family members?
Went
or
well,
anything like
broke
that?
some revenue.
From what I understand, I think she knows his.
Nice, congrats.
grandson,
But overall,
and I think she knows.
slept for a couple of days. Yeah, that sounds
I don't
about
know if
right.
I know she. Something
When was
she
the
said
final?
now,
When was the final night?
The guy was telling her that his son took a whole bunch of money from him back in the day, and he doesn't have like a proper living situation or something like that.
So you think she knows, Amelia knows your
The
grandson?
grandson, yeah.
Do you know how she knows him?
I think she actually opened an account for him, from what I understand.
All right, so I just want to make sure I understand. So once corporate security investigator May did anything else? I mean, did the police ever get
Oh, it
called
was the
or anything like
31st?
that about it?
No, the only thing I
At
know
least as
about
far as I was concerned,
police
yeah.
was,
Okay.
like I said, I guess two people followed two people from their branch home, and the police came to their job the other day, but that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she doesn't. I just want to make sure.
I didn't do shit for Halloween.
There was no. Nothing else came up recently.
Not that I know of. I think I remember.
Yeah, dude, I didn't do any parties. I didn't go to any haunts. I didn't do shit,
Somebody had
man.
called her
We
from
turned our
another
light. We
branch,
turned our light off, so
regarding the same old
so
guy.
no one would come to the door.
Somebody was
We
questioning
watched
him.
some scary movies.
No,
That
I
was
don't.
about it, you know.
Do you know where he lives?
No.
You ever been to his house?
No.
But I'm a low key guy, So that I'm okay with that, you know.
That phone number you gave us, is that the only phone that you use?
Yeah.
No other phone numbers?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever use Amelia's phone?
Maybe once in a while, if that.
When was the last time you used Amelia's phone?
I have.
I'm probably gaming Friday. I haven't talked to Triceratops in a bit. So I mean, if you're down, just let you know. If you're I'll be posting about it on Discord. So if you're down, I'm down. I don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about what game. Like I said, I've been out for kind of like you for like a month,
It gets that way.
a little over.
sometimes.
So
Nobody's
my
yet.
first stream back was Tuesday. So,
I have.
but yeah, getting the band
I
back
was
together
set for,
sounds
like,
fun. I'm
7
sure
days or something like that.
Ye Triceratops
Come
would be
back on,
down.
come back
I was
on.
expecting him to
I know I
randomly
have
show
Facebook
up in
Messenger.
chat here,
Do you have Facebook
anyways.
Messenger?
Yeah.
What's your name
So
on
he
Facebook?
he might jump in.
Same
Who
thing, Dr.
knows?
Ramsey.
Do you know Gerald's grandson?
No.
Black Phillip and Cass, I don't know. They've been kind of doing their own thing lately, so I don't
You know
I don't know.
Anybody in Gerald's family?
Mm-mm.
I don't know about that one.
All I know is that I know Amelia said she had to drop.
Like I said, I've been
I
out of the
think his
game for a
grandson
while, but
was
even
like
before
to open the account.
I took
or something
you know
like that.
October off,
But I think I was at
they
work
were doing they
when she
were
told me that.
I guess they were gaming a couple other games. They just weren't lining up with us. Our times weren't available, so. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm always down for the Backrooms game. I liked that. But I think it freaks Triceratops out a little
What's
bit.
the address of Chase that you work at?
It's 600 International Parkway, I think. Either 600, no, 550 is the other Chase, but 600. 600 International Parkway.
What's your supervisor's name?
Well, we just got assigned our new, I guess, our team lead. So her name is Becky Pittman.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is named Kamisha Tucker.
Kamisha?
Yeah.
What are your hours at work?
12 to 9. And then before that, it was 10 to 7.
When did it change?
Let's see this Sunday.
Yeah, I want to beat it. I feel like we were
2 weeks
close.
ago?
Mhm.
I could be wrong.
Swami denies knowing his wife's client, as well as ever being at the man's house.
I think
If there is any physical
Triceratops and I
evidence
did
linking
play it
location,
a little
he's just
bit
ruined any
afterwards,
chance
but
of
I
making
could be
up a
wrong.
Plausible explanation.
Okay. So 10 at night, 10 in the morning, 7 at night?
Yeah. 10 to 7.
I
It
guess the
was-
bit
that
rate's
was
a
from
little weird.
May
Let's see
to
here. Let's do.
June or July.
Oh, why?
I don't know.
This
the
is
exact-
being
I
so
know that
weird. Hold on a
it was
second.
been a week since I'm 12 to 9 now.
What are your days on?
Right now, Friday, Saturday.
When did
Before
they
it
change?
was Saturday, Sunday. Then they changed when my schedule.
I'm gonna keep messing with some settings, guys, so it might mess up the stream. I'm
Like
trying
that
a
weekday
different.
Yeah.
I'm trying
I
a
like
different
that week.
stream.
Well, I
idea.
like the weekday off.
I don't know if it's
because
working or
my
not.
birthday.
Like different stream settings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
Okay.
Oh yeah, that didn't work. Now I've angered it greatly. Huh. All right, let's try.
Do you want a farm?
I did. I actually bought one. 2
100.
last,
Okay,
last
apply.
week, Monday. And that was a big argument.
See if that works, and then.
Okay.
Oh, it's not going to let me
Can you tell me
change this right now, is it?
I actually bought it last week. I think Monday it was. Then that whole thing happened with the Koi PD Tuesday, and she started bitching. She's like, why the fuck you're not a hero? This, that, and the third. And I was like, for me, I've always had a gun.
I
I've had a
scouted
Smith &
one of
Wesson
the
gun.
larger haunts in the
Always had a gun.
southeast this year, the Nashville
After
Nightman.
this whole
Was it good?
situation,
Was it
Of
awesome?
course, Orange County had the gun, so I was like, we had a thunderstorm. I think it was like Sunday, and I was like, we saw a car pull up in the yard.
Yeah.
Or I did.
Sorry, guys. The
And I
bit
was
rate's
looking
going to be a
over
little
there, I put the
wonky here
light
for
on
a second while I
waist,
figure some shit out.
And I was like, you know, things are getting a little crazy where we live. We need some type of protection in the house. And then she started bitching at me, and I'm like, oh my god. She's
Single
like,
pass,
what if it
man.
happens to you? What if you kill yourself again, or you injure yourself again? And I'm like,
Okay.
got into an argument, and I was like, fuck it. I was like,
We'll
all
just
right.
see how it
And
goes.
then I left the house. She was all bitching at me, this, that, and the third.
Jesus!
Parents.
Reggie Howard Art rated me with 19 viewers. Thank you
And
so
I
much.
know I ended up
I'm
in
having terrible,
Alcohol
terrible
around
bitrate
4
problems right now, but thank you.
Tuesday, I took a drive to Daytona. And I
Thank you
actually
very
chucked
much.
the fucking gun over the damn.
Figures
Bridge.
I would get rated right when you know I'm testing out some new
What
stream
the hell did I
settings. How's it going? It's Reggie, right? Yeah, Reggie. How's it going, dude?
International.
Wow. Thanks for the follow. Approach the owners, see if I'm fit for them. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate the follow, man.
I walked. I was just trying to clear my head, and
It might not work out. Their franchise, a 13th floor entertainment group. I don't know who that is. Oop, I got Nat. Be back shortly. Yeah, me too.
3 o'clock in the morning. 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
What'd you buy?
It was a Taurus.
How?
Another Taurus.
How?
Where do you get it from?
Well, we'll see.
Pawn shop in Winter Garden. Actually,
Everyone jumped in and got an ad.
I
Sorry
know
about
gun
that,
from him
guys.
before. One of my buddies worked there. His name is Doug, but he was on vacation.
Is it like just past like the Ford, I think the expressway?
Yeah,
I
it's
think I know what you're talking
cash. I think it's called Cash Stop Pawn. And I bought my.
Back it was a short ad. You got 5? No worries. Technology
about. Like, send you
problems.
back.
Stream looks okay on
What-
your
how
end.
much did it
Oh,
cost
hey,
you?
well,
like
I
2-
appreciate.
250.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't that bad.
Honestly,
Was
this is
that-
my fault.
You
I have some really nice
Yeah.
cameras, and I was like, man,
Yeah,
I
we
should
got
try and up the quality. And as soon as I did, I think it just angered the stream gods.
Mhm.
But for anyone watching who's you know came in with the raid,
Yeah.
my name's Mike. I go by Creatively Cursed, and I'm a sculptor slash special effects artist. We've been working on this project for many moons. This is one limb of the Armsy. I can show you here with the GoPro. This is the full sculpture right here. Minus the goblin. He's just my inspiration goblin.
The
But
story about the gun is ridiculous. If he and his wife
yeah,
were fighting over
he's
it,
big.
Rep
He's about
Swami
24
could have
inches,
easily
roughly,
returned
maybe a
the
little bit
gun.
shorter,
Detective
maybe to the
Pereira
top of the
isn't
arm
blank
there.
either. Given the
Each
time,
of these arms
just
have
too
already been
weak.
molded once, but we're making production molds now. So all these are just already made out of resin. The legs are still clay, but we already have magnets holding the arms in place just so I could kind of see the final look. So what we're working on down here is one of the mini limbs that we're going to make the final molds for. So that's what we're working on slowly but surely. We've been working on this project for a long time. Yeah, this piece actually goes right there. So
You went back the other night?
Yeah.
yeah, the gray and the white are all resin, and then this color is the clay right here. So
I just go for a drive, long drive.
it's
Sometimes
been a
I
long
shave
process, and I
out.
took all of
don't remember
October
when
off
I used
too.
to
So
drive
that was
50
probably
east
part of the
all way
issue
west.
as well.
And just for me, I didn't want to be home.
Ah,
alone. I didn't
amazing!
wanna
Thank you
argue
so
with her.
much. I really appreciate
Have
it.
Another argument. Julian's there. Her parents are there. I'm like, just wanted to save an argument.
Good a bit of sculpting on stream today. Oh, cool, man. What kind of sculpting do you do?
What's today? Thursday?
Today's Thursday.
Tuesday. I went back to Daytona. I went by the by
Lots
the,
of
they have like an arcade. pieces
turnkey crowd
where,
management. Okay,
Joe's
which
Crab
is
Shack
good.
is area just for a walk.
I love the
That
forest.
was-
Yeah, I am a big forest fan. So
Yeah.
we actually have
One
a
of
few
my
other
coworkers
projects
actually
going,
worked
but
on
this
me,
one
Ricky.
is
What's
been
time?
it's been
What time is
tedious.
it?
I started this January, February, March, April, May, I think. You can see all my old videos on my YouTube channel.
So maybe I understand. So you have.
I
the fight.
try and post all my
Yeah.
old streams, so you can see like the kind of the genesis
And I
of
was
it
with- I was
as
with
it
Orange County
as it
for,
moved forward.
I don't know,
And see some of the other
$2,
stuff I did too
$3.
over on YouTube.
And then then the news report.
But yeah, it's been a process, and I just finished the sculpting of the legs today.
Try to find you.
So now we're going to start making the molds of all the parts. It's gonna be on like a display, like one of those spin tables. Like this is just a lazy Susan for me to work on, but like a display spinner. I'm gonna build out a bunch of greenery and like cool forest related stuff. So it'll be like a small forest themed display. So
people are gonna talk, and I was like, I know how it is.
Mr. Arms is looking fantastic.
So,
yeah, it is. It's coming along.
when you have the fight,
Thank you, much appreciated.
You were
Reggie, what kind
supposed to
of
work that
did you already answer? What kind of sculpting do you do?
I worked while I was
It's experiencing lots of turnkey.
with Orange County.
I'm sorry, Nico. Where you said it's one of the biggest ones. Where is it located? Did you say where
so
it was
walk me through that.
located?
So you get to the fight. You said you went. Where's the first place that you went after that?
I was home.
Mm-hmm.
I left.
Nothing as cool as this. I make little
what did
cute
I know
cursed
what
sculptures,
I
fairly new to
before
sculpting.
we fought.
Cursed
And I went back
sculptures.
on camera.
Is cursed sculpting something I'm unaware of? What do you mean by cursed sculptures exactly?
And I was like,
I'll have to check out your channel one way or the other, dude, for sure.
You went back
I'm always
to
kind of
your
janky with it while I'm on
she
stream,
was
but
at
after
work.
I'm
She was at work.
off, I'll check it out. I'll check it out for sure.
Okay. Then where?
I think that was around 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I left the house again,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was just driving around. I was trying to figure out what to do. My buddy was in New York, so I was like, I can't call him. And then I ended up. Where did I go? I can't remember.
Finally, my bit rate's in the green
And I was just I drove around
for
for a while.
a second, it
and
looks
then,
like.
Around like 11:30, I ended up going to Alchemy Hookah Lounge.
Where's that at?
That is on Kirkman. I don't know if you know where Colombian Burger is.
Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, okay.
And
Who'd
that's
you see
how
it?
Amelia knew I was there, because a buddy of mine had a Snapchat video, and then the last car was my car.
Dude, some of the best
Who did you see
haunts
there
are
that you
all in
knew?
like the Midwest,
I think it
for
was
sure.
Brandon. I don't remember his last name.
Got a phone number for him or anything?
Yeah, his phone number's actually in my phone.
In your phone?
Yeah.
Under branded?
Mhm.
Okay. So how long were you
Oh,
see
thank you, man.
the hookah lounge for?
Maybe.
Been doing it for a grip, so
If that.
I need to work on
Drink anything?
the streaming more
No,
often thing,
I
but
just
I've only been
water.
streaming for
Mangiolani has to be careful during
a
this
year,
portion of
not
the
even
story.
quite. January will
With
be a
police
year.
being involved and the possibility of security footage from the locations he visited, he can't risk lying too much about the timeline.
That was it. And then from
After
there,
you went there, where did you go?
I jumped on I-4 and went to Daytona.
Yeah, Friday nights we do gaming streams. And that's what Nico and I were just talking about.
Yeah.
Monster Cox, I'm dead.
Because my wife was gonna call me.
Yeah, yeah.
She always likes to check if I'm
So you jumped on
Because I
I-4
called.
Yeah, you guys
I
are
called
welcome
her
to join the Discord as well. I don't ever
11.
pimp the Discord out enough,
Just
but
see
it's a
if
small
you can
but growing
call.
community of people, you know. You're welcome to join, and I post stuff on there too. A lot of stuff I'm not allowed to post online on other
I knew her
accounts.
by
So
because I think she went out with them afterwards.
Because you called your cousin. You called her cousins looking for Amelia.
Yeah, because I didn't hear. I called her phone actually, and she didn't answer. And I know we were all supposed to go out to, I think, go play golf or something like that.
When?
That same night. And then I know Amelia went out with them.
So you didn't want to talk to her, but you called her.
Yeah, I called her just to see what she was doing.
abandoned industrial
You know,
sites.
if she was
Yeah,
writing
dude,
something.
those are gonna
I
be
just
the
wanted-
best for
Honestly, I
sure.
wanted to go back home. But she didn't answer, and then called my cousins, and then I was like, all right, maybe she's out doing something. And I was like, all right, I'll go to Alchemy. And it was right before I went to Alchemy is when I called her.
Forgot there's
Did you
magnets
talk?
in this thing, so
No.
it keeps pulling my sculpting
You wanted to
tool.
go back home?
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
Because I didn't want to argue again. things have been up and down with us lately.
I guess that's where I get a little lost. So if you didn't want to argue, why'd you call her?
I just usually when we argue, I'll call her, see how she's doing, or see if everything's okay.
So you don't want to argue, but you call her.
Yeah.
Why didn't you get a lawyer, dude? Why didn't you get an attorney? This guy. This
Like,
guy.
I mean, shit.
So then you turn
3
your,
weeks ago.
you turn your phone off after that.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
the Discord
my
thing
phone was
worked.
actually off for the majority of
So
the day.
up until all right. So
Thanks
again,
for
I'm
joining.
trying to
Much
understand.
appreciated.
Everyone's on the same
Slowly
page.
but building. If you
So,
guys, same
you
goes
have
for
these
you,
arguments, you
Reggie. If
get
you want
pissed
to
off about
join
that,
and
you
post
don't
your
go home.
work, you're
Yeah.
But you don't
you
go
know
to
more
Daytona
than
right away. You're
more
in
than
town
happy
for
to
a
do
little bit.
so.
You drive around for a little bit. You can't remember where you're at.
Yeah, I mean, I just drove around.
Okay. And,
Oh, thank you for both joining. That's awesome.
Your phone was off then?
Yeah.
The whole time.
The whole time.
So what time do you say you left the house?
Around like, I think it was like 3. Between 3:30, 4, something like that. Around there.
And there'll be no activity on your phone whatsoever. No text messages, no nothing.
No, nothing.
At some point in time, you have to turn it back on so you can call her.
Yeah,
Was
that
there
was around 11.
was there any voicemails or text messages from her when you turned your phone back on?
I texted her, I was like,
I know
"Yo,
mold making can be like really
Um,
boring to watch,
okay,
but
so
honestly,
hello.
after working on all that damn
Hello,
skin
like with a
texture
question
for
mark, like you're trying to
fucking
talk to her?
ever,
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be making
And then I
a
called
fucking
her.
mold wall right now.
She didn't pick up, and I texted her, yo. I texted her, hello. And that's
Yeah, so
I
this
got all the
is
messages from,
this
my
clay
cousins,
is called
What were they saying?
go out somewhere, go hang out. I'm like,
it's called Sculptex, but it was a
wanted to
replacement for a
resolve it,
brand
but
of
she
clay
never did
called
that
Clean
wonderful
Clay,
all
so
after
it's
telling me
sulfur
that,
free.
I'm like, oh,
We're gonna make matrix molds
what
out
do
of
you
these,
gosh, or
so it'll
did
be
you
like a
respond to them?
silicone cover for
No,
the
well,
hard
that's what I told
plastic,
them. I was
right?
like,
And then there'll be
did you go
fiberglass
with-
over
or
it
did
as
get
a
hold of
shell.
Amelia? And they said
It'll
no,
be
not yet.
2-part mold. Then that way, I could do straight silicone, but if I have that fiberglass there, it's gonna hold it together a lot better.
And you
It's
went
gonna
to
make it
Daytona,
key and hopefully give me a really amazing seam
took this gun,
that I can work with. So
and you threw it off the overpass?
I already sculpted all this stuff out of clay, and then I made throwaway silicone molds to get hard plastic
What
versions
caliber is that gun?
that I could then
I think it was around-
attach to the body of the Armsy and like make it fit correctly.
I didn't have any ammunition inside of it.
And that
have
actually
any
worked really
ammunition
well.
inside?
I was
No.
pretty happy with that. So but those are
Buy
just throwaway.
ammunition
They're
for
junk
it?
molds. You get
Yeah.
one pour out of them and then you're done. So now I need to make the actual, even though this is never going to go into
So I'm still a
production,
little confused.
I'm gonna
So,
make the
explain
final
me your
molds
reasoning
for
as to
each
why you
part.
chose to go out this
So there's
I
8
had a really-
arms, a
but-
torso,
Yes,
and then there will be
a
a
relapse
mold
of
for
what happened
each
to
set
me.
of legs.
I was
It's
like,
an Armsy, so it's a
something
mutant,
happened
right?
by
Weird legs.
accident.
So that's a lot of, what is that? 8, 9, 10,
But it's not
11,
loaded.
Yeah, it wasn't loaded.
11 molds to do it. So
It went into water?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was on a bridge over water, it wasn't just
Yeah,
some offshore.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the bridge right before you get to the Daytona Beach.
Yeah, you get off like what is it, 75 on International or 80? What is it?
95.
95. By the speedway there,
Mhm.
and just keep going and
Yeah.
okay.
Exactly.
Ramswamy is sticking with his story about throwing the gun over a bridge. You may think it's a safe bet since its disappearance can be explained. However, if it is discovered somewhere else, it will be impossible to recover from this lie.
and you know it's going to be discovered somewhere else.
This
That's
is why I
going
get a
to
little
happen.
concerned. Well, my thing is, you guys are kind of hurting for money. Sounds like. I mean, you're working now, but you're
Yeah, I'm
kinda hurting
working
for
now,
money.
so things
So
are.
you spent $250 in cash on this gun.
Yeah.
It's a pawn shop.
Mhm.
Pawn shops are pretty good. I mean, usually you can go back and pawn it
Yeah,
back,
but
right?
I was like, at that very moment, I was like, anything could fucking happen, and I'm like,
But it's not loaded.
it wasn't. Yeah.
So right down, you got basically a paperweight.
Yeah.
So it's not dangerous to you at that point in time.
Mhm. But for me, mentality wise, I wasn't thinking like that. I just threw it, and then I mean, it's fucking. I told my sister what I did. She was like, "Are you dumb? Are you stupid?"
Which sister?
Rachel.
Where's she at?
She should be at work too.
Does she live here?
She lives at 2533 Reaper Show as well.
It's a lot of molds. Yeah, it is a lot of molds.
you're
But
doing
it's worth it.
What did I tell her?
There's no way I could have done it without it. Honestly, this project was a lot bigger than I anticipated it
No,
being,
she was asking, what
as some of the
happened
people who have been here
with
from the
Amelia,
beginning have
so
probably
much.
realized. I just really wanted a
Amelia
damn
just told me
Armsy.
Amelia
just I just
concerned
really wanted
about
one.
me. She didn't know what was going on. And then I know she talked to my sister and was like, Josh and I are arguing. know she told her, we've just been fighting. We've just been fighting a lot lately. Like, we're actually supposed to go on a cruise on Saturday for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, we're contemplating that here and back and forth. And I was like, maybe that'll help our relationship because we've been arguing a lot lately. And mainly because it was just like,
I know
stuff
it'll
around
help.
the
I'll
house,
kill someone for my
not
wife,
working for so
apparently.
long and stuff
That's what
like
he
that,
thought.
so.
Later on, man, gonna go to the food thing for sure. If I'm online Friday, I'll pop in, see if we can play something.
Like I said,
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
I'm trying to piece everything together, and I keep getting confused.
Is this a personal project? It was a project I decided to do for stream. So yeah, I guess
you don't
personal
know
project.
Anybody in Gerald's family?
No.
I don't get to work on my business stuff a ton on stream. It's just generally not safe for.
No, not that I know of.
It's just generally not safe for Twitch.
Possible? Because if it is,
So.
it's we can talk about it.
I mean, unless Amelia used my phone, then no.
So if it was Amelia used your phone,
yeah.
Why would she have to use your phone to contact them?
I have no idea. Which I know she had my phone for a little bit on Saturday. Sometimes. I'll leave my phone inside the house while I do yard work or work on my car.
But if she had access to her phone?
Yes.
So I guess I'm trying to. Now again, is this something where we want
Again,
to
now since this isn't clay, I can
wanna...
just push this clay right up against it without worrying about hurting anything. That's why I wanted to do this this way. So
we're here for something very, very serious, okay?
Okay.
And you have to understand something, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Your answers just aren't making any sense, all right? We've been doing this for a little bit. We know. We've been doing this for a while.
Your answers just aren't making any sense.
You seem like a very good guy.
Does not seem like a good guy.
Respectful, and you're nice. And you got to understand, sometimes we have more answers than you know.
Yeah.
All right? We've asked you questions to see where you're at.
Mm.
Okay. If there's anything that you think we need to know, now's the time to tell us. Okay. There's probably a little bit more to this story. The whole thing, $50,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have to be wondering why I'm asking about that. See, that's the funny thing. You haven't asked me yet. Like, why am I asking about that? Right. There's a lot going on here. Okay. And I need to understand from you where you were at. Okay. In this whole thing, and you gotta understand that right now.
Why did you murder? Why did you murder?
It's the best thing in the world. Okay. We're your best friends here. Okay.
Okay.
You have to be able to explain your actions and what you did. And if we can't.
How long, Reggie? How long have you been streaming?
Then it looks really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's walk through this a little bit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are we missing?
Nothing that I know of. Told you guys where I was, what I was doing. You could check our phone records too. We've been fighting for a long time.
Well, explain this to me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
How is it that you wound up at Cynthia's house, Cynthia's apartment over on Jefferson? Because I have eyewitnesses that put you there.
That I ended up there.
You're very listen. Let's. You have kind of a distinct look. You understand what I'm saying? And you have a distinct car. Well, not a distinct car.
You guys can't see him. This guy does not have a distinct look. He is very average looking.
Telling that you said it was maroon, all right? Because that's an eyewitness describes it as a maroon Nissan Altima with a guy that's your height, hair parted, 2 earrings, everything. You're there, okay? I have no question about that, all right? So what we're trying to understand is why you were there. Why were you at Cynthia's place? And again,
I was never at her place.
Okay. All right.
And I don't even know where she. Like I said, I don't know anything about Gerald's family. Nothing.
And you were never at his house either.
No.
You understand we have the notarized document, right?
Ferreira lets Ramswamy know that his story just doesn't hold up. He's giving him a chance to change it. But if Ramswamy continues to lie,
a little over 2 years. Nice. Have you always been doing like sculpting and art, or do you work on other stuff?
We have that document.
Yeah. Well, I never physically met him.
Okay. You were in his house. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But Cynthia, I was never at her house.
Listen to me. You have to understand something. Okay? I'm sure you're probably scared right now, all right? Because you're not somebody that gets in trouble.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. You have to understand, like I said, there's 2 sides to every story. All right? The eyewitness has no reason to lie.
Correct.
Okay? And there's no point in that, okay? So you were there. Well, I need to know why you were there. You understand what I'm saying? If there's some innocent reason, I need to know. But I need to know why. So why did you go there? Did you go there to tell them that you were going to pay him back?
I think we all know why he went there, dude.
What's up?
Okay. So Amelia was freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, I did chuck my gun over the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Okay.
Lies. Lies.
She sent somebody, I don't know who she sent, to go to either talk to them. I don't know if it was the same.
Started with
day or something, but
markers,
after that, I
then
went
moved
down
on
and
to
talked
watercolors,
them.
and now I'm doing sculpting. Hell
Who
yeah.
did she sent? Wait a
The
minute.
whole gambit.
So you were there.
Awesome.
Was
Yeah.
somebody else with you?
No, I was by myself.
So after you left, she sent somebody else over there? Is that what
I don't know. Because I know she was saying before, like, oh,
What day were you there?
that was on Tuesday. I went there at 3:30 on Tuesday to talk to her.
3:30 in the afternoon.
Or 4 o'clock.
And how long did you stay for?
And I really hope
I
he's
mean,
like, man, maybe, you know, maybe I should have,
I honestly
you know, I don't know, gotten an attorney.
Quite a period
Like
of time.
everyone tells you
Why were
you
there so
should.
long?
Just to talk to her, just to see how.
Did you go inside?
Yeah, I actually sat down and talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Who's her?
to the lady, Cynthia.
Was anybody else in the house?
I think the same kid, Sean.
And how did the conversation go?
And I told her I found out about it. I talked to her, and then I guess I left maybe, I don't know, right before I went to 11 something, right before I went to Alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, that was it.
So if I'm understanding you right, you're saying Amelia is the one that talked to somebody to take care of them?
Yeah, and I don't
Why?
know. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, how do you know that?
Well, there was a kid that came to our house.
What's his name?
Jay something. I don't know his phone. I've seen him once at my house, and that was it. And that was for Amelia's birthday party.
Okay.
And she told me, how she's gonna talk to him, to talk to her, to stay away from her. And I was like, it's not making sense, Like, what's going on, whatever. And then I went there, talked to the lady, talked to her son,
How do we find this guy?
Find who?
Person that you talked to.
Oh, how do you find him?
Yeah.
I can give you. I think I have his phone number.
I find
It's
him in
some
my
guy
brain where I made him up.
It's I know his name is Jay Persad or something like that.
Okay. And
Because
okay,
he
well,
said,
explain this to me. How does this go? Okay, so I'm trying to understand this. So Amelia's so scared about this and worried about this, and you explain to me. So who kept on calling her and wouldn't leave her alone?
I think it was the same Cynthia lady. I didn't ask any questions. She said, somebody keeps calling me. She said one of Gerald's families. I said, okay.
This is so relaxing to watch.
Maybe it's Gerald's son. Gerald's son stole money from her.
I heard about that.
before.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I'm
okay,
happy
fine with
that
that.
you find it relaxing because this is what I'm going to be doing on stream
Then
for
some kid
probably the
came to
next
her
couple
house.
weeks.
11 o'clock at night. And I was like, what's going on? And I know she gave him some money or something like that. And then
This
he
is my
texted
first
me
time
about
trying to
money.
listen to something other than music during stream.
She gave him
It's like, man, I listen to so many of these
no idea.
interrogation videos
from
and
my
stuff. I'm just going to
understanding-
give that a go. Just going to give that a go.
To kill him or something. I don't know.
In an effort to save himself, Ramswamy chooses to throw his wife completely under the bus by claiming that she hired someone to commit the murders. In that case, he could still be considered an accessory, but he either hasn't thought that through or he considers it a better outcome than a murder one charge.
I have no idea.
When did you find out about this? Before?
Yeah. I think it was Saturday or Sunday.
The Saturday or Sunday before you went over there on Tuesday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that the only time you went to that apartment, or had you gone over there once before that?
No, I had passed by before that.
Why?
I go to HID Pro.
To scope
the
it
street.
out, obviously.
Did you go over there? So you drove by once before?
Mhm.
In what car?
The same car.
Which one, the red or the blue one?
The red car.
And when you went over there that night on that Tuesday night, were you in your car?
Mhm.
Okay. And how did you get there?
What do you mean?
Well, how did you get? Where were you coming from? Were you coming from your
Yeah,
house?
why the heck not?
So how did you get from your
I
house
used to play the
Cynthia's
No
house?
Sleep podcast
route
every
was
now
it?
and then. Stream safe
What's up?
music gets so boring. Yeah, exactly. I have some decent subscriptions for like some decent music,
Did you go?
but
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
it's bad when you've
like
gotten
Macaulay,
to
where you
know
are,
all the
get to
songs,
Orlando. Did
right?
you 408, Colonial?
You're just like,
No, I
okay,
was on
yeah. I can't listen to this anymore. I know all these songs.
50th. Yeah, I used 50 to Amelia Street. Then I took Amelia Street and I cut through where HID Pro was.
Well, 50 and Amelia don't cross.
No. Oh, Tampa Avenue. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Tampa Avenue.
50 to Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
and then down.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then when I came back from Daytona that night.
How did when you got to the apartment? Did you knock on the door?
Yeah, I just knocked on the door.
And they
Yeah,
opened it?
usually it's pretty thumping in here with like some like dubstep usually, or synthwave is what I try to usually play, but
And
not doing it now. I was like, I'm done for now.
all right.
I'm
So you go to Hookah, and then you go to Daytona, and then you come back home.
Yeah,
Again,
I
I'm
took
just understanding.
I-4 to.
Why, I guess my question is, why were you there so long again? I mean, what
Where?
you're at Cynthia's house for a very long time.
I was there and I was just talking to her, explaining to her like,
What did she say to you about that?
She was like, it's upsetting because her brother stole money from Gerald, and long story short, how that she was just like, oh, how Gerald doesn't trust anybody.
Long story short, I killed
and
her.
I told
Okay.
her that, and I said, okay, that's fine. And then, I mean, she was talking to me for a while about everything. Like,
Was Sean talking to you too?
Yeah, once in a while, he was just saying how, it was like, how he's trying to find a job, and he used to be a cashier or something like that from where they.
Okay. Well, how did he know when you left?
When the
Josh,
money
listen
was
to me. Listen to me. Again, I'm looking at you. I see you're nervous, and I see.
Cold.
Yeah, I know I'm cold too, but I can see there's some stuff. All right. I don't think you're somebody that is. I don't think you have a.
I could never be an investigator.
say
I could never do it.
bone or anything like that.
Good to
You're
see you
very
back.
outspoken kind of guy.
I will see this project to completion. Yeah, dude. Well, here I'll show you the. It's good to see you too, Grizzly. Here I'll show you. We actually did finish sculpting finally. I actually literally finished earlier today. So his legs are done. They have to have the throwaway molds made. But now we're moving into just molding each of the limbs one at a time,
The
baby.
reason why, if you were scared and you did something that was a mistake and you probably should have done.
Alrighty, I gotta go do some dinner. I'll leave a lurk. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again, and I will check out your stream as well. It was lovely meeting you, and yeah, I'll check out your stuff.
So far, you understand what I'm saying?
Thank you so much for the raid.
And it helps people understand where you were. If you were in a bad place and bad, frame of mind, that changes the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, I mean.
Don't give in, man. You've already decided to go into this interrogation without a lawyer. Just wasn't you, dude. Wasn't you. Keep it up.
Swami continues to lie, and Ferreira uses a combination of sympathy and guilt to try to get him to come clean.
What happened?
I was there at the house.
I know. But listen, you know. Okay.
It's looking amazing.
Let's get
Yeah.
to that. Okay.
I think hopefully by next stream I'll have figured out what this bitrate problem I'm dealing with is, but
I'll figure that out in 3 seconds.
She did. I'm telling you, she did. She faced it. She said.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Not listen to what we just heard here now. We have to understand.
oh, you doing more runes?
Right now.
More runes? Sticks?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we know a lot more than you think we know. And again, if we can hear it from you and we can go and say, look, he did this. If it's something that got out of hand versus something that you planned, that's a whole different ballgame. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If you plan this out, that's a bad thing. But if it got out of hand, if you went back just to try and cough, and it got out of hand, that's a whole different ballgame. You understand what I mean? Okay, that changes everything. But I don't know that until I hear it from you.
Mhm.
Right now, this all I know is what we have. Like I said, this isn't going to go away. And this is going to be something that's going to eat at you. It's going to eat at you until we get it out. I'll tell you right now, let's not go back. We're going to figure it out.
Mhm.
Now's your time to say, you know what, this got out of hand. I'm sorry. You understand what I'm saying? Remorse goes a long, long way. What happened?
A Ouija
Let's
what?
work through this.
Oh, the planchette. That's the
I just don't want to get no.
that's the thing you move around on a Ouija board, right?
I mean, if you
Yeah,
love
I'm
Amelia,
scared.
listen, if you love Amelia, you're going to put her under the bus? You don't want to do that, do you?
I'm just scared for everybody
I know
else.
you're scared. I know you're scared.
That's the problem right now.
Who's
My
going to get in trouble?
family, her
Right.
family.
But at the end of the day, you have to look and say, you made the right decision, you did the right thing. Like you said, you don't want to get anybody else in trouble. Let's not lump anybody else in this. Doesn't need to be lumped into this.
I didn't throw the gun away.
Okay, tell me.
I left there
Mhm.
at
Oh man, he's giving in. He's giving in.
10 something.
Mhm.
But before I left,
Mhm.
the same guy that I guess Amelia paid him. He messaged me on Snapchat. Oh, there's $9,000, $10,000 more. And I was like, maybe.
Okay, maybe he's not giving in.
At
He's
first
just
I thought
trying to
it was
blame
maybe
someone
he's
else
trying to
now, I
sell
think.
drugs or something to get the money back.
Mhm.
Simple. And the same guy came up to my car.
Mhm.
He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I wanted to talk to her to get the money back." And he's like, "Oh, Amelia, or Jay sent me here." I'm like, "Sent you here for what?" And he was like, he had a gun to my head. And he said, he's like, "I know you have a gun. Give me your gun and leave." I left. I went to Alchemy. Didn't throw the gun over the pier. He had the gun. I went back to Alchemy. I drove to Daytona. Came back home at like 5:30 in the morning. And that was it.
Josh. Why did you put a gun in your head and take your gun?
I don't know. All I know is Amelia paid them $10,000.
To put a gun to your head and take your gun?
I don't know why she paid them. I don't even know why.
Well, before you said you thought they paid him to shut her up, is what you told
Yeah,
me.
that's
So now you're saying you don't know.
that could have been.
So why
To
would they have?
shut her up.
Okay, so why would they have to come to you, right? Come to
I
you
don't know. I
and
guess
put
they
a gun in your
figured
head and take your gun.
they weren't like they figured that I wasn't gonna be there or go.
Dude,
talk
he
to
is
her or
step. How
something.
do people not see when they're in these
Right,
situations how as they continue to lie about where
You know
where
you're
they
making
were,
this
what's
whole
going
effort.
on,
You know
that it
that
literally
doesn't
just
make
makes
any
things
sense
way
whatsoever,
worse.
Josh. All right, it just doesn't. That no. Okay.
The story that Ramswamy tells is so improbable and convoluted that it would be rejected even as a soap opera script. There is also a complete lack of conviction in his voice. He's just throwing scenarios out and hoping that at least one of them will be believed.
How would these people know where to find you, and then all of a sudden they found you and took your gun? To do what? To frame you?
Exactly. They're framing me, man.
What was the kid gonna say?
He said he had people to go ahead and shut her up or something like that.
Doesn't it make more sense? You know, no. It just doesn't make sense.
No, that
You know who
you're
throws
full
a
of
gun
shit.
over a bridge? And that's what I really think happened to this thing. saying that you threw the gun over the bridge. We know you went to Daytona because we have the receipt and everything else that you went to Daytona. We know you got gas over there. All right. What makes more sense is, well, I mean, you threw a gun because you used it.
No.
Yes. Josh, listen to me. Listen. Again, I think we're trying to figure out the why right now. That's about all we're trying to figure out. Okay. We're not trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'd never be able to be
why.
an investigator.
And
I'd have to
this is
own,
your time.
unless
We
I
can't
got
take
to
it
be the
forever,
bad cop.
you know,
I'd
and-
never be
and-
able to be the good cop and be all this
this is your
patient.
time.
I'd be like,
For
okay,
us.
now we're smashing your face against the wall
Like I
until
said,
you
panic is different.
admit to
I
what
went
you
there
did.
And I wanted to do it. You have every reason to do this. Okay? Not somebody else. You. Okay? When people come in here and tell us, oh, I was driving around for a while and I can't remember where I went or I don't, that we know, I know exactly what's going on there. Okay? And for you not to tell us that you went to that apartment, there's a reason why. All right? So again, this is not to figure out who, it's to figure out why. And this is your time. This is you. This is you. Not us. Like I said, this is eating at you. And it's going to keep eating at you. It's never going to stop. Until you make it stop. You understand what I'm saying? And the way you make it stop is...
He's all like, well, it would have stopped if I hadn't gotten caught.
Okay?
Is he going to fold, guys? Is he going to fold?
In that apartment when you went back. You went back there. When did you go back?
I went there at 3. Between 3:30 and 4.
When you went back the second time before you went home, what happened that time?
I didn't go back.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I didn't go back.
Josh, here's the thing, and this is what I would tell you. You know, despite whatever troubles you got, I can tell that you love your wife, and the prospect of her getting into trouble or possibly going to jail for stealing this money was weighing on you heavily, and you went over there because of that love, because you wanted to at least talk him out of it. Okay. And in fact, we've talked to him.
And these guys aren't even doing the good cop, bad
we
cop
asked her,
thing.
"Who's
They're just
most
doing the
important
good
person in
cop.
Josh's life?" And she said, I would assume it's me.
Well,
And I said,
good
he's not going
cop.
to do or say anything that's going to jeopardize your future, right? Because I wouldn't think so. So when I asked Amelia who's the most important person in her life, what do you think she said?
Me.
Yeah. And she's over there, and I wasn't bullshit. I just showed that text message I showed Brian, she's spilling it. Because she's looking at the prospect of never seeing her son again except for through bars. She knows we have all this stuff where the theft goes and all these different phone calls and whatnot. But she's over there saying that you killed these people. You're over here saying that she paid somebody to kill these people.
Yes.
So my thing is that
I'll tell you right now, straight up. I was there. My gun was taken from me by some black guy that said he knows Jay. Amelia gave him $10,000. I thought the money was gonna go get paid as far as, okay, this is gonna get paid. Maybe they're buying drugs or something.
so the money, presumably this $10,000 would have come out of the TD account.
No, that was
Dude,
cash
someone
he brought
died.
home
Someone got whacked for
How did she have
$10K.
$10,000 cash?
from what I brought home.
Okay. So the thing is, what I'm trying to wrap my head around is, one of you is a really awful person. Someone is letting their spouse.
Got to
go to
head out
prison for the
almost
rest
1
of their
a.m. in the
life for
UK
something
next
that
time
they
when
did.
I'm
Is it you or her?
not so
I did.
knickered. Yeah, for sure, dude.
I don't have a bone in me
Sleep
to it.
well.
Okay, and the whole.
I just went there.
You
to
knew
talk to
enough.
her.
You knew enough, Josh, to lie to us about the gun.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that was the very first thing. We didn't even solicit that.
Yeah.
You knew I've got to lie to these guys about that gun and say it was empty and I threw it in the bridge over in Daytona Beach. You knew that you.
All
had
right,
to
now
tell
he's
them
getting a
that.
little
That
bit
was
bad
the very
cop.
first lie you told
Okay.
us. You have the motivation. Are you going to? And again, are people going to kill people for $10,000?
I don't know.
Sensing that Ramswamy is weakening, they deal another blow by telling him that his wife is confessing and revealing information against him. This may or may not be true. They are under no legal obligation to be honest.
Let me ask you this.
I can
Because
even listen.
I don't know.
can tell you
I'm
where we
confused as to the whole
gave this
thing.
guy the
Okay,
money.
yeah, tell us how we're going to prove that
It
this
was
happened.
Walgreens or CVS, Metro West. CVS Metro West
Knackered.
around 10 o'clock at night.
When?
That was on Saturday. Friday or Saturday.
Friday or
Hiccups.
Saturday before.
He's
this
guilty,
happened?
for sure.
Before you bought the gun.
Yeah.
But yet, okay, so
I bought the gun for my protection.
no, I got that
I
part.
don't know
Okay,
who these
so
guys
the Friday
were.
or Saturday before that. So I'm trying to figure out how they took the gun from you. Explain that. Walk me through that.
Okay, I was sitting in my car
Where?
in front of their apartment.
What time?
This was 10 something.
Before? Okay.
And they said they were sitting there around the corner since
Who
God
said
knows
that?
how. The same guy.
How did you know that?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
What do you mean? How do we know?
Well, they said they were sitting around the corner. How did you know that?
He told me, he's like, we were watching you. We see you talking to this lady. What's going on? Did you tell her that Jay, you spoke to Jay? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I came to talk to this lady to try to resolve an issue. And he put a gun to my head and he said, I know you have a gun on me. I don't know how he knew I had a gun on me in the first place. He took my gun and he said, leave.
I don't think they've said,
left
but
and I walked
I
out.
think the gun is still missing at this point. Pretty sure, at least.
I drove to Daytona and I came back home.
So Friday or Saturday, you give these guys the money,
Mm-hmm.
and you went with.
Yeah.
You went with Amelia. Who did you give the money to?
The same J kid.
Okay. Have you met him before?
Yes, he was at my house. I've met him a couple of times here and there. Since our relationship, I don't really get along with him. Drugs and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay.
Was there an agreement for more money after it was done?
From what I understand,
Interesting to have
he
such a
said
high
there's $9,000
moral view of
in
yourself when you're
compensation
literally
and
murdering
stuff.
someone, but okay, yeah.
Was there a discussion about how this was going to be done?
No, well, from him and Amelia talked in the car, and then I went outside and talked to him. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Oh, Amelia's like my sister. I just want to get, things straight between you and her." Long story short, he said he was there to help her because he's known her for that long. And I said, okay. We gave him I think it was $1,000 that night.
$1,000 at the Walgreens?
No, at our house. He came to our house,
Okay.
and that was maybe trying to think, maybe $1,000. Then we gave him $4,000. It was a total of $10,000. I know that.
Why'd you have to give him increments?
Amelia said, hey, he needs this, he needs that.
But it wasn't Jay Prasad that put the gun to your head.
No,
What did that guy look like?
probably 6'5", bald black.
Hey,
hair,
that's how tall I am.
all
Not
black clothes.
like African American?
Yeah, he didn't have any hair. He had one of those scully caps on.
How are we going to prove this communication between your wife and Jay Prasad? Did they have text
Check.
messages?
On Snapchat. I don't know if you guys can pull Snapchat records. Because he texted me. And I said, because I thought he was picking something up. And he was like, yeah, man. I said, nothing happened or something like that. And he was like, yeah, I'm mad because I had money invested into this too. Because I'm thinking, maybe he's going to sell drugs to get this money back. Simple. Because I know him around the area as coke and marijuana.
What do you mean? Wait a minute. What do you mean sell drugs to get what money back?
Yeah, I don't know what
Why?
that he said. From what our conversation was, he said Amelia's like a sister to him, and he just wants to go ahead and fix things, make things right, and he doesn't want to get us involved. And we gave him $10,000. And you can pull up the video. I looked at it too. There's a camera on the corner of that CVS where you see both of us parking. The first time we parked closest to the store, gave him money. The second time we parked this way, away from the store by the door to give him.
And this was Friday or Saturday? Do you remember which time?
Friday or Saturday.
Around what time of day?
This story, while detailed, still doesn't add up. Someone offered to help them out because they consider Ramswamy's wife to be like family. but they expect to be paid $10,000. Pereira doesn't look like he's buying it.
At night.
I'm not buying it.
I don't remember the time.
What was it? A Walgreens or CVS?
CVS.
Okay, it's Metro West and what? What area?
That's gotta be Hiawassee and Metro West.
Okay.
It's where the Four Horses are.
Okay, the little
There's
fountain.
a local
yeah,
gas
yeah.
station,
Yeah.
and then a CVS.
Man, dude, I would suck as a
What-
cop for this
what
reason
car
as
were you
well.
guys in?
I would like there would be like, oh, this
The
random
first time
location always in these
they bring me
interrogations
in
are always
for-
like, oh yeah, we know that doesn't intersect with this or that. I would not.
So,
Nope.
the
No
first
idea.
time was when?
It should have been on either Friday. The second time would have been on Saturday.
Okay, so you guys went twice to meet him there.
Yeah.
Okay. And both times at night?
Yes.
First time in your Nissan?
No, Amelia's car. The second time in my car, and there was the same black guy was sitting in Jay's driver's seat
Okay. Did you know what you were going to do when you went there? Why you were going
to
there?
give him money.
For what?
Wait a minute.
Why didn't you just give the $9,000 to Cynthia?
Yeah.
I guess that would be the question. Somebody look at the situation. Why wouldn't you just go over there and say, here, we're going to pay it back. Here's $10,000 good
Well,
faith.
For us, Amelia said it was a good idea to talk to Jay because he can get money like that really quick. I said, I don't know him. You know him.
But again, why would you have to give him $10,000 if you want? I guess I'm just kind of.
Or take the money out of the TD amount. I mean, if you guys
Yeah.
knew the jig was up at that point.
Like I said, we gave Jay the money. Jay said, from my understanding, Jay was gonna get her to shut up, or go ahead and either buy something or get something, do some type of drug transaction to make that money back.
You know what? I mean, if I may, you know what I see? I see somebody who's trying to explain the disappearance of a gun, and see, the only reason we would explain the disappearance of the gun is because it was used in something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Josh,
but I'm telling
No,
you.
listen, hold on a second, all right? Because realistically, you keep saying that, and Josh, you know, because you're such a good guy,
Mhm.
you don't do a good job not telling the truth. You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying? You do a pretty shitty job
Mhm.
not telling the truth. Okay, so you've lost us. Okay, you lost us in the fact to say some guy that you know, and it seems like it progresses. It's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, oh yeah, we did, oh yeah, maybe you did. I mean, you're pretty confident about the cameras, but where I get lost is you have this 9mm that you just went and bought. You know, first off, you say you throw it over this bridge because it bothered you when it wasn't even armed. It couldn't even hurt you. So you, instead of going and selling it back because of money issues and everything else, nope, you just go throw it over the bridge. Second thing is, why on earth would this guy need to come up to you? Okay. First of all,
It's the same.
no,
guy that-
listen,
no.
you pay him money to go make him be quiet, right? That doesn't work. I guess apparently or something doesn't work because you felt the need to go over there by yourself and take it up with him. You didn't call Jay and say, "Hey, by the way, I paid you $10,000. Why don't you come with me? I'm going to go over there." You didn't do that. No. You didn't. You didn't say, hey, "Bring your boy, bring your guy," you know, because you know whatever. And no, you went over there by yourself, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm lost. You pay this guy $10,000, and you don't even say, "Hey, I know
That's
I'm
what-
calling him up." Hold on, I know I'm calling him up and saying, "Hey, by the way, come with me because I paid you all this money. Come with me and let's go make this work. Let's make this right." But you didn't do that, okay? And then beyond that, you want to say that they happen to be there at the same time you were now, okay? They just happened to be there at the same time you were, and he happened to know that you had a gun, and he happened to put a gun in your head and take your gun away from you. That's what you want people to believe.
Yes, if you would
Does
be as
that- I mean,
kind to
just
believe
listening
that,
to
that'd
it
be
said by
awesome.
somebody else, does that make a lot of sense to you? Why does he need your gun? Why?
I don't know. All I know is
He had a gun.
I went there at between 3:30, 4 o'clock ish. Talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
10 something, maybe 11 something. I said, I come out, I go and sit in my car, I'm vaping, have my window down, phone
Okay.
turns on, call Amelia, didn't pick up. After this situation, I called her cousins. They said they didn't know where she was.
I got all that. Let me ask you this question: when was the last time you talked to? Since paying him all this money, when have you talked to Jay?
Monday,
This Monday that just passed.
last week, not this Monday, the last week, Monday.
Last Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So you paid him Friday and Saturday, then you talked to him on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was that conversation?
Monday, we said, oh, nothing happened. What happened?
You said that to him.
Yeah.
Okay. And what he said?
And he said, how I have money invested in this too. I'm pissed.
What's he pissed about?
I don't know, because I guess he put money in.
What kind of money?
I have no idea.
Ramswamy doesn't know because he hasn't written that part of the story yet. None of his excuses make sense, and Ferreira is growing tired of humoring him.
All I know is we gave Jay $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
From that $10,000, I don't know what he put in or what he did or who he talked to. I know the first time we met Jay at CVS, he was by himself. The second time we met Jay at CVS, he wasn't driving. He hopped out of the passenger side of his car. Somebody else was in the driver's seat. Looked like an African American.
Okay. What was the conversation on Monday? He said he has money in his and he's pissed. What else?
That was it. We called. Me and Amelia called him. He didn't answer. You could check our phone
What do you mean
record.
he didn't answer? Was there text messages?
No, we called. It was on Snapchat.
You had a conversation on Snapchat, and he said he's pissed about this.
Mm-hmm. And I said, I either said, I'm
Did
gonna
you ask
call you.
what is going to happen? What's going to happen from here?
All I did was I said, I'm gonna call you or something like that. I called. I think I either videoed him a couple times with Snapchat, and then Amelia called from her cell phone to him, and he didn't answer. I think she called like 4 or 5 times.
When were they supposed to get you an answer by
Decisions.
for this $10,000?
They said it was supposed to be Sunday or Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see news about the murder?
No,
Didn't see anything.
I didn't see. I scrolled. The only thing I really looked up was the whole thing that happened with me in Orange County.
As today, when you walked in this room, did you know those 2 people were dead?
No, I saw something, but I didn't read, so I didn't know they were dead.
What did you see?
I saw 2 people murdered, and then I saw something else, and another person got shot on the sidewalk. She's scared, but my thing is, like, she knows who she talked to as far as those guys.
Yo, what's up? Leg
They took
down.
my
How's
gun
it
that day.
going?
And I left. I went straight to Alchemy. From Alchemy, I took I-4, and I took I-4 to Daytona.
And again, I think somebody listening to this, Josh, too, would be like, and you conveniently had your phone off the whole time. The bottom line is that the day after this situation with Akoi and all these things are going on, that next Wednesday morning, about 6:30 in the morning, where were you?
I was home.
Okay. Is your phone back on then?
No, my phone was on at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I think.
Okay.
And I texted the news reporter, and I told him that I'm not comfortable with making any reports or anything like that.
What's the first thing you did when you got home at 6:30 in the morning? Or would you say 5:30 in the morning? You said you got home, right?
Yeah.
What's the first thing you did? 5:30. You're home at 14:10.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the first thing you did?
I don't remember.
Don't remember.
Would either one of her parents have seen you there and can tell us that you were there at 6:30 that morning?
Yeah. Her dad.
Which one?
I think her mom.
Her mom?
Her mom's car was home.
Okay. But was she awake? Was she able, like, if we go talk to her and say, hey, this Wednesday morning at 6:30?
Yeah, she was awake. She usually leaves at like 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
Okay.
So she was awake.
Mm-hmm.
You talked to her.
And did she know that you guys had been fighting and
Yeah,
you
she
hadn't
knew.
been home
Yeah,
that
she
night?
knew we were fighting.
And you
And
talked to her.
Yeah, I talked to her.
What did you talk
How
about?
was your
I told her the very
like
next
that?
day-
How was your time? How was your little
we were
vacay?
arguing. That night, actually, I told her mom that we were arguing. I went out. I came home late. She knew I came home late.
That's not it.
And then her mom left the house while I was home. I know that. I was home and her mom had left the house in the morning that morning.
Why'd you lie to us about the gun?
I was scared
Why?
Good question.
because I didn't know what happened.
What happened to,
What happened with my gun? I know the wrong people got a hold of
because
the
as
gun.
far as you knew, because like I said, we didn't even ask that you brought
Yeah.
that up yourself. That doesn't make a lot of sense that you would volunteer that information because you knew as soon as you heard the name, you knew where this is going, and you knew those people were
Working
dead.
on a mold. Yeah,
Are
dude.
you assuming that your gun was used to kill
We're
these people?
all mold making now. I finished the
That's what I was
sculpture for the Armsy.
because they
Here, I
they
can
stole
show
it.
you. I don't know. I finished it
And
literally
Are you telling us the truth about
just a
where you
little bit
purchased
ago
that gun?
today.
Yeah.
So all the legs are
At the pawn
done.
shop
So
on-
now
in Winter Garden.
As
Now
of
we
right now,
just-
do you know where that gun is?
I don't.
mold every one of these fucking limbs. What are we listening to?
So,
It's an
why was it very close?
interrogation
You got home at 9 o'clock
of
in
a
the morning.
really stupid criminal.
Once.
Wednesday morning. She said you got home at 9 o'clock.
No, you could check our neighbor's cameras. I got home at 6:30 in the morning.
I think it's starting to get where the
I got
cops
home
are
at
getting
9
a little
o'clock in the morning.
angry.
Both
So
of our,
it should
like,
get
our
interesting
neighbors
now.
that live to the left of us, and another guy that has a pigeon farm or coop. They
Was
both
it
have
exactly
cameras.
6:30 or close to 6:30?
Close to 6:30.
Good. It was an extra
After-
week longer, but that was
I don't-
fine. More time with the family. Awesome, man. Well, I'm happy you
And
had
her mom
fun.
was still home. Because her mom usually leaves early to go to work.
Ramswamy speaks more competently. Either he's being more truthful about this part, or he believes he has covered up well enough to get away with lying.
And you, from Daytona Beach, you went straight home.
Yeah, I took
Did you happen to drive by the house again?
no. From Daytona, I took what did I take? I took I-4. I took Lee Road all the way down to John Young, made a right on 50, and came home.
Why would these people who you paid $10,000 to, so you're funding them, paying them $10,000, obviously to take care of a problem, right? You needed to. You guys were desperate enough. I mean, money's tight enough. You guys are desperate enough to pay somebody, and you're there, so you're part of the conversation, right?
Mhm.
So you know what is being said. Why would somebody that you're paying $10,000 to take the time and energy to take your gun away from you to put it at to
Playing the
possibly use
film.
it?
Christmas is going to be
I know.
a
And your
Santa
name's on that
horror
gun.
film,
You
an
bought that gun
actual
from the pawn shop.
film,
Your
not a
name's on
fake
that
trailer.
gun.
Oh no shit! How long are you
So they're gonna
thinking
take
for
it, now
the
now,
movie?
Assuming the gun that they have probably isn't
I'm excited.
registered to them, I would think.
Are you playing Santa?
Why would they use that gun that they took from you?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Is your relationship with Amelia so bad that she would pick Jay Prasad over you?
No, I just know he's. No, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything.
Well, again, here's the problem. Okay, big problem, and I've told you. I mean, we can only do this for so long. Your chances of explaining yourself and
Mhm.
explaining how if this was something that got out of hand, if this wasn't something that you planned, it wasn't something that you put into effect as far as
I just went there to talk to them.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay.
And before I left, I was confronted by a guy when I was in my car about to leave.
Where exactly did that happen at?
Inside the right in front of her apartment.
Was it when both times they went to the Walgreens, were they in Jay's car?
Yeah.
What kind of car does he have?
He has a charcoal gray Infiniti G37.
And is that the car that this guy came out of when they confronted you and
That's
took your gun?
No, he walked up to me.
Oh, okay.
He said they were
It's
watching.
oddly
since I was
specific.
there.
So, hey, you mentioned you were engaged, man. Do you guys have a date? A date planned for the big day?
About what?
About me going there and talking to them, my gun being taken away from me, and me going to Alchemy, and me going to Daytona.
And if they asked you if you shot those people, what would it show?
That I'm telling the truth and I didn't do that.
All right. We'll be back in just a minute then. We're going to go talk to her some more then.
Time is now approximately
Get a
16:30 hours.
blanket or something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I think my one partner tried to find you one.
it's cold.
All right, buddy. We'll be back. We'll get you.
But all I know, like I said, got there, talked to her. I called Amelia at 11 something. She didn't answer. I talked to her cousins and I said, hey, do you know where Amelia is? No. I said, all right, I'm going to go hang out. That's when I was confronted.
Johnson,
with-
just
Fucking
before we
magnets,
go,
man.
This is what I would tell you, okay? In this situation,
And I'm most likely Santa, unless I want to be behind the camera.
when down
If
the
that's
line,
the
people are
case.
trying to figure out the punishment, who gets
I'll be an
punished for
elf.
this, they
Oh
wanna
my
see
God.
those things, and of course, the truth's one thing.
We need
the
as
more
much
you know,
behind the scenes stuff
but
as
the things you're
possible,
telling
man.
us, we have to do our jobs and we're going to check it out.
That's fine.
If it shows that you were lying, and this goes for Amelia too.
Yeah.
If this shows that you were lying and that you were trying to bring some innocent person in
No,
this,
I'm telling you now, you could check the cameras. You could, I don't know if the cameras could see.
well, like I
inside
said,
the
you
car.
may have been
Yeah.
there. Like I said, but and that's right, that you very well could have met with Jay and this guy, okay? But the problem is that gun thing for you right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's, and the fact that you were we had a neighbor ID you, right? That Nissan Altima, describe you to a
Yeah,
T.
because I was there.
Yeah,
I was
that's
there,
why we knew you
Yeah.
were there, you know. We knew that you were there. Then you conveniently don't have your phone on. I mean, those things all add up to a lot of smoke. And where there's smoke, there's fire. And, you know, but like I said, we're not going to be unfair to you. That you've told us, you know, you've told us something.
Ferreira is leaving the room. This gives Ramsey time to rethink his narrative, and it gives Ferreira a chance to go over the statement so far and see if there are any other weak spots where he can poke a hole.
Because he's going to be poking holes. No, I would.
Better?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, Josh, and I know Detective Ferreira feels. I think both of us are totally baffled after talking with both you and your wife for the whole day. How two people like you end up in a situation like this.
It's a shitty situation, and I hate to say it.
And it's compounded by the fact that one of you is
Fucking
trying to
lying.
send the other one to prison for the rest of their lives because you're telling totally different stories.
And that's what I've said. Like, you could check our phone. She talked to Jay regarding either taking care of two people or taking care of the issue, and we paid him, specifically him, $10.
Detective Brian Ferrer, the Atlanta Police Department.
Got to go out and
Frank Lloyd,
take
President Weir.
invite photos soon, so we have
Room 4,
those
July
when everything
26,
is set in stone.
2018 at approximately
Oh, okay.
17,
That'll be
55
fun.
hours.
What's the weather
We're back
like there
talking
for
to
you right now?
Joshua- How do you say your last name?
Ram Sammy, the W
Ram
side.
Sammy.
Aiming for September 9th, 2023.
You remember
We'll see
you've
if
been
that
sworn in
changes. I'm also
Thursday,
100%
so,
having
yeah.
the rain cast play at the wedding. Oh, I haven't
obviously
talked to
we'll
you
follow
since
up
it.
with you
What did you think of
before
the
that,
final
possibly.
episode of House of Dragons or
And,
House
you
of the
know,
Dragon, dude?
Again, we're just trying to understand. She's saying one thing, you're saying another, and we think probably the truth's somewhere in the middle. You understand what we're saying?
Yeah.
Truth somewhere in the middle. You know, the fact of the matter is, the investigation's not going to stop. Okay, you understand that, right?
Yeah.
And you understand that, you know, okay, so now we know who Jay is, and we're going to talk to Jay, all right? And you know, what? Let's put it all on the table for a second here, okay? What are you and Jay normally dealing with? What have you dealt with in the past?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. My wife has been his friend since before we got together. More than 6 years, 7 years ago.
You two ever exchanged any drugs?
No.
No.
Never.
I knew it.
Have you ever sold any of your pain medication that you got since you shot yourself in the leg?
Oh, I gave it to him. Yeah, I gave it to him. I didn't sell anything to him. Yeah,
You gave it to Jay?
Yeah, I gave it to Jay that night.
Why?
He came over. He said he was taking some. I don't remember what exactly he was taking. I think he was saying some oxycodone or something for some pain, and he ran out of medicine. I said, "You can have mine because I don't take it no longer."
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't sell him anything.
When did you stop taking yours?
3 months ago. I
Well-
started using CBD. I'm not gonna lie.
What's that?
It's cannabis oil.
Oh.
Yeah. It helps with nerve
When
regeneration.
did you stop taking yours? You said 3 months ago?
Yeah.
When did you last refill your prescription? for it?
Missed what you said after reading the invite. Oh yeah, no. Just what did you think of the new or the final episode of House of the Dragon?
And how
Or I
many-
guess overall, what did you think of the whole
Yeah.
season? I actually was.
How did you give them to him?
I didn't know what I was going to think initially, but I ended up really enjoying the
Because I
whole
didn't wanna
thing.
Give him my prescription bottle.
Was that was in the CVS parking lot
No, that was at our house.
at the house?
Yeah.
And that's when you gave him how
It
much?
was like $1,000.
$1,000.
Because I was on the pain medicine.
Yeah, the whole season was.
medicine, but stopped
I
it.
like I said initially, I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but by the end, I was in. I was in. Oh, and I watched Barbarian, dude. Did you check out
Yeah.
Barbarian yet?
Again, I think what we're seeing is two people that have made
So
some
far, more than
bad
I did.
decisions.
Really?
Okay.
I would say I enjoyed
are
it
you
more
saying
than the
that- are you
last
saying that,
two seasons
Jay
of
was the one
Game
who
of
did
Thrones for sure.
I don't know.
You
But
don't know?
yeah, no, I watched
All I know
Barbarian,
is
man. Good fucking.
The guy that
well,
confronted me that day.
it was
on
good.
That Tuesday night.
It
in
wasn't.
the
It wasn't
apartment
terrible.
complex Really resembled the guy. That
Yeah.
was in his car that night.
I thought you said Jay was with him that night when you were in the apartment complex.
No, I didn't.
Another one you
Jay
should
wasn't
check out. I
with-
was talking about the other night
That
on
was
stream
my-
was
my
fuck. What's it called?
All right.
It's an Amazon original. It's called Run, Sweetheart, Run.
Money was exchanged.
It was
that
actually pretty fun.
For him taking care of this situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knew that.
Yeah, I knew that.
But you're saying that it was Amelia that was giving him this, but the pills are yours.
Yeah, the pills are mine. I told him. He told me, hey, he had something happen. He said he was on medication. He ran out. I said, I don't use mine. I haven't used mine for X amount of months.
So what did you, when you gave him the pills and that money that night in the parking lot, what did you expect to happen after that?
I expected he was going to get some type of money back from everything.
Ramswamy continues to stick with his improbable version of events. His wife supposedly tells a different story, and Pereira is more than willing to play them off each other.
Because he said, okay, you have this pills. I can use some. I can sell some. I can get you money back. And then he said, with the money that we're giving him, he said he's going to work out something where everything is resolved. I said, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a fun movie.
So this was like going to be an investment for you guys to get money to pay it back. It wasn't for him to go kill them.
No, from my understanding, he said he was going to take care of it. I don't know what him and Amelia said before I got in the car, because Amelia came back in the house, said Jay's outside, he needs $1,000, and I talked to him, and then I came back inside. I got the medicine, gave it to him. He said specifically, I don't want to get Amelia in trouble. I don't want you to get in trouble. Amelia's like a sister to me. I've known her for like forever, basically. And how that he's going to go ahead and make everything correct and right for us. And I said, okay. I gave him the medicine. I said, I don't use it anymore. I said, whatever you have to do to go ahead and rectify the situation, get it resolved, get the money back, whatever, you do that. And then he spoke to Amelia. We had to give him, I think it was either $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, I watched a couple other movies, but it's totally escaping me what movies they were.
Saturday. So Thursday he was at our house. Friday we met him, and Saturday we met him.
Oh, Nope, dude. Nope was really good.
So you were expecting money back?
Actually, it was the first Jordan Peele movie I really, really enjoyed.
So you paid?
It was very fun.
Okay, I think I'm starting to understand this. So you gave him those pills to sell for you?
Yeah, to get the money. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So how much did he say he was going to get you for selling the pills?
I don't. He said about $20, $25 each. I gave him about 50.
Okay, so let's do the math.
That's like $2,000, I think.
Okay, so $2,000.
So I said, all right, we're investing another. We gave him $10,000 too, because he told us in total it'd be $10,000 for everything for us.
Think about this.
Everything?
Think about this for a second. Yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're okay.
You, by your own admission, don't know this Jay Prasad very well.
No, I don't.
Okay.
But my wife. The thing is, Amelia vouched for
when
him.
you went, we're giving $9,000 to a guy that you don't know, who's now become a drug dealer, hoping that he's going to get it back to you. I mean, if you were us, would you believe that story?
Yeah.
No.
You're smarter than that, dude.
I know. I understand.
You are
that.
smarter than that.
Like I said, that Thursday or Friday night, he came to our house.
I know my favorite cinematographer shot in it.
It was about 50.
Really?
Painkillers.
That tracks. It's a beautiful fucking movie,
the very
dude.
Next day we gave him. The same day we gave him.
Who's your favorite cinematographer?
The money we gave him was $10,000.
And the bottom line is, you haven't seen that money or any other money from Jay Prasad.
Correct.
And you have not had any.
I don't know that I even have a favorite cinematographer.
And you paid him.
Yeah, he video called me on Sunday.
Okay.
I think at 3:00 in the morning or something like that.
Okay. And that's the last time
That
you
was
ever
the
spoke?
last time. I didn't even answer. I was sleeping.
Okay. All right.
That
So
was
you
the
didn't even
last
talk
time.
to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You
then-
didn't reach out to him after you
I
found
did,
out
yeah,
these
yeah.
people were dead.
No. I didn't reach out to anybody on that Sunday night. The Monday, Amelia said, or I texted him, and she said, oh, how something about Cynthia is asking questions, and I said okay, and then she tried calling Jay multiple times, and I could give you our login for our Sprint phone bill, and you can see that she called it multiple times on Monday.
Somebody used her phone to call him. Let's put it that way.
No.
No.
She called. I was there. I was sitting on the toilet, dropping a dump, and I was like,
Dropping a dump.
Calling him for private.
Why did she call from private?
I
The
don't know.
best alibi ever.
Because he wasn't answering any of her replies.
Hoyt Van
When was this?
Hoytema?
After you guys.
I have no idea who that is. I'll have to check it out.
You think he kind of took your money and took off?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
I think I have a very clear picture of what happened now.
Yeah. He scammed you.
Yeah. Listen, I'll be honest with you guys. This is what I think happened. I think you guys were trying to get out of this situation. That's one way you saw to do it. He scammed you out of money, and at that point, you had no choice but to go over there and kill these two people. So, I mean, that's exactly applying the fact that I've done this job for 27 years and just common sense to it, and the whole story about you tossing the gun in Daytona, all of that. That's all it comes back to, and I think anybody listening to the story will.
The detectives laugh at Ramswamy, which has to be humiliating. Still, something is fitting about scammers getting scammed, and it would have been a satisfying outcome if it hadn't resulted in such a tragic loss of life.
We're going to check out your story, obviously. We owe that to you. We owe that to the few people who are dead and their family. Before we do, I always ask people this. Is there anything... Okay, we're going to check... We need to check her TD account.
Oh, he shot Interstellar?
Right?
Nope.
Yes.
Her, Dunkirk.
So
Never
that's
saw
one thing that we
Dunkirk.
can
Spectre
check
was
and
good.
verify. Okay, what else? Tell us what else. We can do.
For Oppenheimer.
I just bought a whole bunch
I haven't
of
seen
photos of the house.
Oppenheimer either.
Okay, we-
Interstellar,
and
yeah, I
she's-
could see
she's
that.
admitting that
Nope,
you,
yep.
we know you guys
Her
were
was,
at the Walgreens.
her was good.
That we don't even have to look at the video because you both are saying
Dunkirk.
that. We know that. But what else?
I
What
have
else
heard
can
of
we-
that. I've just,
of
yeah,
what
I've
you're
never seen
telling
it.
us.
All I know is at 11 o'clock, 11 something, I called Amelia's phone. She didn't answer.
Okay, we know that happened.
I
Right.
said, okay, that's fine. I said, all right. I turned my phone off. I'm like, all right, I'll just keep to myself.
What? So, I probably asked you this already, Josh. But when did you hear about this murder? About these people being killed?
Maybe, I think Wednesday, not even, I didn't even really, probably Thursday.
Okay, did you see their
2023.
pictures?
Is
or
it
figure out
about
who they were?
Oppenheimer?
I saw the
That'd be pretty
pictures and
dope.
I was like, holy shit.
And what did you think?
I was like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, did you ask your wife about what happened?
I didn't ask her anything.
Why not? I mean, to me, that would seem like a natural thing.
Well, I asked her, hey, did you talk to Cynthia? And she didn't answer me. And she said, oh, she's supposed to call me on Friday. And that's what she said. And I know she talked to Cynthia on the phone.
Did it ever come up that Jay Prasad had gone over there and killed them? Did you ever talk with your wife about
Just
it?
naturally,
Did your wife,
over
did you and your
breakfast.
wife ever talk about who may have killed these two people?
No, I
Into a
told her,
massive GoPro for
remember-
a scene. Do you remember what
said,
scene it was?
Talk to Jay. Did he talk back to you? Has Jay talked
What scene
back
did
to
he
you? And I
turn
told
it
her I
into a
blocked him on Snapchat.
Massive
I
GoPro.
was like, I don't know what's going on. And I said, you could check my phone. I have him blocked on Snapchat. I think she still has him as a friend, so I don't know if they've talked after that or anything like that. I just know for me, I blocked him. And I haven't talked back to him.
Did you ever tell your wife that you killed these two people, and if she said anything, you would kill her
No,
and her whole family?
no. Never. Never would have said that.
But you and your wife
I never would have
you
said that.
found
I
out
did it, but I would
that it
never
was
said that to
Cynthia
my wife.
Stack and Sean Stack that were killed that morning in their apartment, never discussed their murder, who might have done it, and this might come back to you. Did you ever think
Yeah,
that?
we talked about that.
What was that conversation? What did you guys talk about
I
yesterday?
said, we're going on a cruise. This is kind of crazy with all the stuff going on right now. I told her, I saw something on the news when I was looking up the situation with the Coy Police Department because I wanted to see if my name was out as far as if reporters or anything got my name because they had my number. And then she told me, it's crazy, like what happened to them or whatever. And I was like, and I asked her, I was like, did you talk to Jay back? And she's like, no, Jay didn't talk back to me as yet. So I left it at that. I woke up this morning.
Bam. Nice clean
I know,
edges.
I went back to my parents' house. And I
The space shot where the
But
camera
you
is
got-
moving around
you're
a
a smart
ton.
guy.
It's a
Did you- when
POV
you
of
saw this and
space,
heard
I
this, did you
believe,
think
and he
about
wanted to have
this-
as much
this is gonna lead
detail as
back to-
possible.
Yeah.
I mean, all we have to do is
for
follow, and
them to
obviously
use,
all we do is
especially-
follow
Oh, okay.
along.
Yeah.
Shit.
I
Hmm.
did.
I need to rewatch that movie. I
Well,
do
and
really
got a
like that
question.
movie.
I know this is a tough one to answer, but did you think like, hey, maybe we should go to the police? Or maybe I should go to the police?
Well, that was my instinct at first. And then she told me, Jay said they were going to get it handled or whatever. And I said, this guy gave you this money. So from what you're telling me, right? He gave you this money.
Money.
We deposited, we used it, whatever. And then you're telling me the ladies or her son stole money or his son stole money from him before.
Right. So I will tell you the same thing that we told Amelia, Josh, that if
You're full of shit.
have you told us the truth today? Yeah. Okay. You initially lied about the gun. though, right?
I'll say that on recording. I'm scared as shit. I lied about the gun, but from when I left the house at about 3:30, somewhere around there, I got to Cynthia's house, knocked on the door. Sean answered the door, and I sat and talked with both of them like they were family to me.
Okay.
And I found out their situation. Like she told me she got arrested before. She's trying to do better for Sean, and Sean was telling me he's trying to get a job, but he keeps to himself because his father passed away. I mean, we talked about a lot, and I told her, and he even
The cop asking questions.
Guy come to the door, before that,
It does.
and I was like,
Maybe
"You
it
guys
could
just
be
fucked
right.
up, with everything going on."
So you told them about this situation with Jay.
I didn't tell him the situation with Jay. I just said, "Be careful."
What did he say about this random guy?
He said he came to the door knocking on one night. He knocked on the back of the door. They have, I guess, 2 entrances, back of the door, and then another night they knocked on the front of the door, but he didn't know who it was, so he didn't answer the door.
Okay.
But after I got done talking to them around 11 o'clock, I got in my car, sat down. I was vaping in my car, called Amelia.
Always with the
texted her, said,
vaping. He's
"Yo,
always vaping in
like
his
that."
car.
And then I called
Vaping.
her cousins. I said, "All right, nobody
What a
knows where she
degenerate.
is." I'm like, "Okay, I'll go to Alchemy," and that's when the guy.
Ramswamy rattles off the details without a pause, which is most likely because he has memorized this statement beforehand. It's very rehearsed, but he is easily shaken when pressed about it in depth.
After that, that's when the guy approached me, and I should have called the cops then.
He approached you in Alchemy?
No, he approached me in the car before I left to go to Alchemy.
Okay, so you were at
I
the
was at the
Jefferson Street
I was
apartment.
I was at the residence.
Okay.
Yes.
And you were in your car.
I was sitting in my car.
And he put a gun to your
He
head.
put a
told
gun
you
to my head. I had my gun sitting next to my
Damn it.
my shifter in my car by my cup holder.
Let me
He
ask you
said,
this. When you went to Alchemy, so that it's like the apartments are between two roads, right?
Mhm.
When you went to Alchemy, did you go like pull out of their apartment and go to Jefferson, or did you go back? I'm sorry, to Polk, or did you go back to Jefferson?
I guess that was Jefferson.
Okay, because theirs is like the second to last apartment right there on the
Yeah.
bottom floor. Did you go just one past it and make a right or left, or did you go backwards?
It was back. Let me see. When I left, I made a right out of the apartment complex.
Okay, yeah, you would have gone back to Jefferson then.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the way you came in as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I believe so.
This guy, which way did he approach you from?
Okay, so say if their apartment is here, the last apartment's here.
Right.
There's a dumpster here.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my car here vaping. He came from this way. Literally, like,
No.
I don't know what
Shit.
blindside, because there was a white car parked next to me.
Right. Why did you decide to sit there and vape?
I was trying to get a hold of Amelia, and I was stressed. I was like, and that's when he came up to my car and was like, "Yo, give me a piece." He saw my gun in the center console, and I froze. I couldn't move. I was like, "Listen," I was like, "Don't." He was like, "Oh, give me a piece," and he said something else.
Did he say something to indicate that he was with Jay? Or that
He
was part
said
of this?
all he said was, "We've been watching you," and it clicked in my head like, the only people we ever said anything about to this was Jay, and that was it.
Okay. I mean, so again, just to wrap up my part, I think Detective Ferrer may have a couple more questions for you, but you told us the truth.
I
The
think you're
truth
full of
doesn't
shit.
change. As far as this goes, the only thing you can tell us to help verify this is the bank account. Can you think of anything else? Let me ask you this. When we go talk to Jay, what is he going to say?
I have no idea.
Okay.
He'll tell you that we gave him the money.
And are things would you have expected your wife to say that you did this if you didn't do it? Are things that bad?
I mean, she said I forced her to get married. So,
But I mean, she's basically sending you to prison for the rest of your life.
I would never expect that from her at all.
You don't seem that surprised though.
No, I mean I am, but it's like to take in everything now. It's like I don't know, like if she talked to Jay, if like who else talked to her about anything.
All right, let's kind of. I want to go back over that. Okay, so, and then we'll go back over a couple of things. So Jay comes into the picture because Cynthia won't stop calling Amelia.
Yeah, and I think that was Thursday night, Thursday or Friday night.
Okay.
One or the other. I know we met with him 3 nights.
Is it because Cynthia won't stop calling Amelia, or is it because you guys are trying to flip these pills for cash quick? What's the more? Is it more that you try?
Well, no. He came to the house first.
For the pills.
No, he came to the house 1st
Mm-hmm.
because Amelia texted him, "Hey, come to the house" or something like that. Because
Mm-hmm.
they were talking outside for about 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in the house. She came back in the house. She said, "Oh, Jay wants to talk to you."
Mm-hmm.
And while we were conversating about,
Conversating.
him and
While we
Amelia
were
talked,
conversating,
and
guys.
he's gonna need some money. I said, "Okay, that's
Hold
fine."
on. What did he say him and Amelia talked about?
He all he said was that Amelia told me the situation. He said he's known Amelia for a number of years, like a sister,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to go ahead and not get us involved.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go ahead and do what he has to do to go ahead and make things right. And I told him, "Hey," and I said, "Oh, he's saying I know you guys owe them some money or something like that, and he can basically get some, I don't know, flip money or something." And that's when I told him, "Hey, he was like, oh, I hurt myself," because I was telling him about my leg
Mm-hmm.
and how I stopped using my medication and I started using CBD.
Mhm.
And he said, "Yeah, I ran out of medicine." And I told him, "I have in the house. I have," and I told him it's probably about 50 pills or so. And I said, "If you need to use them, use them. Whatever you need to do, sell the rest. Simple." And he said, "Okay." I gave it to him.
Sell the
I
rest.
threw my medicine bottle in the recycle bin because I didn't want him to have any of my name information, my doctor's information.
Ferreira points out that he doesn't seem surprised about his wife accusing him. It is unusual for someone in his position to display no emotion.
I'm a size 100 to 400 millimeter lens. Why do you need a 100 to a 400 millimeter lens? Oh, dude.
And then
So I did not end up purchasing the Sony FX30. I wanted to be out for a while before I buy it, but I did end up buying another Sony A7 III, actually a Sony A7R III. So GoPro's going away, dude. I picked up some. I picked up 3 new lenses from. You gotta check it out. It's a place called, if you haven't heard of it already, called K, I guess, or it's like KEH, and they do like used refurbed like camera equipment and stuff. So actually picked up some nice prime lenses.
How much is it going to take for doing that?
He was like,
I
"This is Amelia, this is my sister."
I didn't have many options for wide angle lenses, so I picked up some of those.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So-
KEH.com. Yeah.
That was to buy drugs.
Yeah.
To flip.
And I got a camera,
Whatever you need to do, money
the
to go ahead
Sony
and
Ace.
Okay,
Make this work.
Sony
let's hold on a second.
A7R3.
See, we've got a disconnect.
I think is
now.
what it's
I don't know. Do
called.
you see this disconnect? I see it. Okay. So
Or
take care of the problem for
AR73,
you and
either
him,
way.
is Jay was basically going to buy drugs
And
go
3
give you money
lenses
to-
for $2,100, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, does it really matter? Because the understanding was you were going to give him drugs.
No, it wasn't even
You give him
27.
money so he
What am I talking about?
buy drugs to give you guys money.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't
It
know
was
what
like
Amelia talked
$2,200
about
bucks.
stuff. Obviously, you guys came to an agreement. You and him came to an agreement.
Yeah.
I want
like
a
I said,
24 to
that's
70
what
for
he told me.
video, to be honest.
listen
Yeah,
again,
that'd be
alright? 'Cause
cool.
now you're
I
starting to
don't.
lose this again. And again, we're
See, I
gonna
just
keep
don't
going.
like.
know
I
if
don't
we'll
like
talk about
telephoto
it, we'll talk about it.
lenses.
No, it's
I
very
notice a
simple.
quality
You gave him
difference
money,
when you
okay?
use like a
Trying to flip
prime
drugs.
lens, but
And
it's
then-
more of a
okay.
bitch
And the reason why is because she was turning up the
for
heat.
shooting though.
She wasn't letting go.
Correct.
Okay.
God
And you go over there that
damn it.
night, okay? Now this whole thing like, oh, it could be this guy, I don't know. We've been watching you. That could be 3 guys down the street, okay? That's very, So where I start getting lost again is you've been intimating that this Jay guy might have something to do with this.
Correct.
But really, that's not the case because you guys never talked to him about going over there and doing anything.
Yes, Amelia. I think Amelia gave him her address.
How's that?
She said, "I have the address."
Where did
That
she have it
night.
at?
I don't know.
She said that. You heard her say that.
No, that's what he told me. "Oh, I have her address. I have the phone number."
Well, okay, well, how can we again, it's like bits and pieces, isn't it? It's like, why do we keep getting bits and pieces?
But it's all.
Okay. So if that's the case, right?
Mhm.
All right, so let's go this route then, because I'm lost again. Okay, so if the case is, you gave him, how much altogether did you give him?
$10,000.
$10,000. Okay, and you gave it to him on a Friday and a Saturday or something like
Between
that.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. And then so you give him this money either to buy drugs or go take care of the problem. We don't really know because you're
Nikon
assuming
lenses
that's
are
what you're
so
really
damn
talking
expensive.
about.
That
We don't
is
know
true.
that.
That
I
is
don't-
not
like
a
I said, I
lie.
don't
To
know
your
him.
knowledge, the only thing that
But
he was going to
they're
do is buy
very, very
drugs to give
good,
you guys the
yeah.
money for selling the drugs.
But I love
That's
Prime
it,
so much.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I
Fine.
said, switching them out's kind of a pain in the ass
in the other
too.
world here, your world here of
If you're
no,
if you're
Amelia
really
gave
trying to
him
shoot
and maybe,
quick,
maybe he was going to go take care of the problem, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Why would you go over there on Wednesday? Tuesday. Why would you go there on Tuesday?
To go talk to them to make.
Why?
Because to tell her we're gonna give the money back.
But that defeats the whole purpose of giving him money to take care of the problem.
From my understanding, the money we gave him was to get the money back. That's why I went there on Wednesday to see her.
Okay, so there really was never any indication that they were going to go over there and take care of the problem.
What do you mean? No, for me,
No,
Jay was gonna go ahead and
Yes.
get the money back.
that's it.
That's it.
And he wasn't going to go over there and hurt them.
Correct.
He wasn't going to go over there and do anything. No.
Correct.
So, but again, so you go over there on Wednesday. So really, Jay didn't do this.
It was on
Jay didn't
Tuesday.
do. Jay didn't do this.
On Tuesday. I went
Because
there.
that's kind of the feeling I got when we came in here the last time, is that you
Mhm.
guys paid Jay, and Jay basically came in and did this. Let's agree right now that Jay didn't do this.
I don't know.
How do you not know?
Because I don't know Jay like that. That's the problem. I've seen Jay maybe 4 times, 5 times.
You know what? I don't know Jay like that either, guys.
You give.
And the only reason
Are
I
you
trusted
saying that?
this
Are you
situation-
saying that basically?
I feel like Amelia paid him the money to go kill them. That's how I.
But you
feel.
paid him the money.
We both did.
Yeah,
We both did.
and I'm sure that you both came to an agreement as to why you were going to pay him the money in the beginning.
My understanding was to get some type
Right.
of monetary.
So why would
value
you go
back.
behind your back and talk? Again, I get lost. Why would you go behind your back? You, your husband, your wife. Why would you go behind your back and tell him to go take care of business?
I don't know.
She's not that kind of person.
You
Let's be
should
real.
go ahead and look her.
Hey,
her
let me
phone-
explain something to you. You
Look
know
at
who's
her
all
phone
over that
records.
account? You know who's all over that account? You are.
What
You know,
account?
okay. You know,
I know that.
You know who's eyeballs deep into this?
Pereira rapidly points out all the weak points in Ramswamy's statements, barely letting Ramswamy get a word in edgewise. As he becomes more aggressive, Ramswamy visibly deflates and becomes more soft-spoken.
You are. Okay, so don't say, this whole thing of, oh, she came home and I just did this. That's bullshit. I'll tell you right now. Oh,
I'll
yes,
take
it
a
is. You want to take a polygraph? Good. Let's set it up right now. You gonna go take it right now?
right now.
Okay.
That's fine.
We'll set it up right now. So, but in the meantime, let's go work on that. Let's go set that up. In the meantime,
All I know is Amelia came home
no,
that
listen.
day.
You keep saying all I know, and I'm telling you, listen, okay? Because you gotta understand something here, okay?
Okay.
If you care about Julian at all, do you really care about that kid?
Yeah, I do. I love him like
Okay,
he's my own
so let's
son.
talk about the only innocent person in this whole thing amongst you guys
Correct.
is Julian.
Yes.
This little
Look at that
7-year-old
smooth
boy
ass shit. Turtle,
that
what's
you
going
take to school every
on?
day, that you love like your own.
Long time no see.
You're willing to see his mother go to jail for the rest of her
How you
life,
been, dude?
is what you're telling me. Yeah. Because one way or another, listen, one way or another, we got to deal with this, and somebody's going to be held responsible. And responsible is very different things, okay? But if she gets in trouble, because you're basically saying that she paid this guy Jay to go kill her and the grandson, fine. If that's the way you want to go, then guess what? When she gets in trouble for it, she's going away. Then Julian grows up without a mother, okay? Now, I don't know about that, but to me, if that's not the case, that's a really shitty thing to do.
I understand that.
And you're going to have to, well, okay.
And that's why I'm telling you now, that if that's what it has to be, it has to be because for me.
Who are we?
all I
Who
know
are we
is
hearing?
Amelia said
I'm
that-
listening to an
You gave
interrogation,
him the
man.
money too.
This guy.
See what
I
you're
mean,
doing? You
he hasn't
keep
admitted to it
doing
yet,
that.
but I
You
think
gave
he's
him the money,
close.
Both of you.
Both of us.
So
correct.
guess what? If
We're
she's
both-
I'm listening to an
exactly.
interrogation. This
So
guy
one way or another,
murdered
you're in
his
trouble. Okay, so let's figure
murdered
that
someone to
out.
cover his
Oh,
wife's
you're owning up to the
crimes.
fact that you gave this guy money to go kill those two
Supposedly.
people.
I did not know.
He hasn't admitted
Yes.
to it
No,
yet.
I'm not owning up to that.
Well, it doesn't work
I'll
both
own
ways.
up to the fact
Josh,
that
it
I
doesn't
gave
work
him
both
money.
ways.
How's it going,
You can't
Milo?
sit here and say she did it. You can't sit there and
Yeah,
say she
and
did it
I
when you're there with her. You're there
Exactly.
with her.
You're right. You're right.
So don't say she went outside and had a conversation. That's bullshit
No,
again.
it's not. You can.
No,
okay,
it's
listen,
not.
listen.
Josh,
You can
stop.
ask
You
her
listen
fa-
for a second now.
you
Here we
can
go.
ask
Bad
her
cop.
parents
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey,
Josh,
her
Josh,
parents were
I don't
like,
want to ask her parents. I'm talking to you. You're a grown man.
I understand.
All
that.
right? You can't say that she's responsible for it. You can't say that.
We both are. in that
That's
sense.
right.
And
So
I
now
have
these two
no
people are
problem with
dead.
that.
You gave somebody money, and you're saying these two people are dead because of it.
And I don't know if that's the reason why.
You-
All I know is
How could
Amelia
you say
came-
you don't know that's
I
the
was
reason
sitting.
why?
I remember this day. I was sitting on the toilet. She
I don't
said,
want to hear about
I'm
you sitting
gonna
on the
talk.
toilet.
I'm gonna talk. to you."
I don't want to hear about
And
it
the
either.
whole
This
thing was,
result.
then you know what happened? You lost your temper.
No.
Yes.
No.
Well, we've all been there. Yeah, right. No
You
shit.
lost your temper and you got scared.
Last
Fine,
question.
how
I
are you
have for
doing?
you.
I'm not
So,
doing too bad.
You're
You
sitting there in
know,
the parking
just
lot, this guy comes
making
up and
molds,
rounds you
making
while you're
molds.
vaping in your car, takes
You
your
know.
gun. Does he take anything else?
Turtle, you've been streaming?
Doesn't
I
ask for money
just
or
got
anything like
back
that.
on Twitch
He
like
said, "We're
earlier
watching
this
you."
week, so I had like a
Here.
month and a half of
I
no
said-
streaming, so I haven't even been on Twitch.
So then
Hope things
you,
are going good with
you
you,
drove
man.
off right after that happened?
Yeah, I drove off straight to
Okay.
Alchemy.
So he let you get the gun out of the. He let you get the gun out of the console.
It was sitting. He had a gun to my head. He said, "Give me the piece."
So
And
he let you.
I was vaping in this hand, and I had my hand on the steering wheel, so or my hand down here, something like that, and I was vaping, and all I felt was something pressed against my head, and he said, "Give me a piece. We've been watching you. We know why you're here." And I said, "Okay." I put my vape down, grabbed my gun, and I gave it to him.
So this is like what kind of night?
11 something.
11 something.
Yeah. Maybe
So
10:30.
What kind of night?
what route did you take to go to Alchemy?
I took from there. I took Amelia, or what is it, Tampa back to 50, and I took 50 to Kirkland.
50 all the way to Kirkland. Okay. Obviously you're at Alchemy. You know,
Yes.
people see you. Your car is on Snapchat,
Yes, my car is on Snapchat.
and you stayed there till what time?
Maybe 1, 2 o'clock. In the
At
morning.
8 p.m. Eastern this week. Oh,
Thumbs up.
shit. Nice,
Right.
man. Doing the evening
Drove
thing.
back. I drove, and I did go to the.
Doing on
Road
Friday
to-
at
road
this
to
time
Daytona.
too. We'll be
Took
back
I-4
on
over
cam
there.
doing
I-4,
Gundam
did
Kit, dude.
Kirkland to
Awesome.
I-4, then I-4 the whole way.
It's actually
Yeah.
requested by my
And then
viewers
when we came
before you
back, I
give
got
me
off
any
of
shit
Leader
for it. Wait,
and took Leader
before I give you any
Gunny
shit for
back
what? The
to-
Gundam thing? I'm not gonna give you shit.
to
Would
our
never
house.
To
do
your
that.
house
Yeah.
and arrive.
6:30 back to the house. Between 5:30.
I'm gonna hop off.
I know her mom's car
Night.
was home.
Gotta clean a little. That's all good, man. I'm not gonna be on for very long, anyways. Just wrapping some stuff up. Actually, I'm probably gonna be bouncing off right about now.
Correct.
And that's why your phone was off. What made you?
All right, we'll have to finish that up. I will be back. What day is it? It's Wednesday, Thursday. We're gonna be back Friday. May or may not game stream. We'll see. Oh man, the ads ending? Are they just starting? Do you guys have ads? Just in case. Wait, just in case of what? All right. Well, either way, I'm bouncing, guys. Yeah, I'm doing shorter streams during the week from here on out, and then longer streams on the weekends. So that's where most of it will be happening. But be back Friday. You don't know if I'll be doing gaming or if we'll be doing more sculpting. But you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. And again, thank you so much for Reggie doing the raid. Much appreciated. I might be subbed. Yeah, exactly. All right, Turtle, I'm gonna catch one of your streams this week, swing in and give you a hard time. So get learned on some Gundam maybe. So yeah, have a great night, guys. I will catch up with you later. Peace.